Stream can hear me as well. Hi, Stream. Also, none of us are stoned, just so you know.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another season of something new this time. That's right, it's not another season of Rat Pack, it's something completely different. I'm not actually GMing, so I can't tell you anything about what this is about. Bert is GMing from last campaign, so I'm not going to do any more talking. He's going to do talking because he's the GM, and I'm going to play. So, welcome back, ladies and gents. Hi.
Hello. I just went over the particularities, the rules with the players. You've got Mr. Matt, we've got Phoenix, we've got Dr. Daft, and we've got Alien. You might, for the viewers, you might expect lots of cool voice stuff, like Hydra does it. I'm not as good as he is with that voice stuff. I will try my best, but particularly when it comes to ladies, my range is Little Britain or Monty Python, so don't expect any sultry dames. Well, they might appear, but they won't sound sultry. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Okay. Then I will cut this in where you are in, and I will put on some other sounds more fitting to where you actually are. Some introduction. It is dark, cold, and wet. That is the first thing you experience. While your senses adjust to their surroundings, you realize you're lying on a stone floor and that you're still as drunk as a skunk. In the dark, you think you can make out a chair and you crawl towards it. Something sharp stings your hand. Carefully feeling around, you discover the broken remains of a glass bottle. Something wet flows from your hand down your sleeve. You taste it. Thankfully, it's wine and not blood. You pull yourself up on the chair and sit down. Exhausted and with a throbbing head, rest just a minute to recuperate. The chair is a lot more comfortable than the floor, and you think it's probably best to take a little nap. You fall asleep with your head on your arms. This is the introduction for all of you, basically, and I would like for you to all make a consume alcohol test. Just challenging. This is, of course, to determine who is best at
challenging.
Yep. Holding his liquor. So who rolled best?
I believe I did.
Yeah, Edmund. Edmund, your sleep is uneasy and filled with nightmares about more sleep, the green moon. Distraught and heavily hungover, you awake. Sigmar, it's dark in here. What's that? On the table is a candle and some matches. Good. Some light would be welcome. You should be able to see a light now. Well, actually, that's not really the case. Roll a dexterity. Plus 20. Dex is a main stat.
Plus 20, okay. Challenging but plus 20?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, you're just a beast. Your eyes have adjusted to the dark and you notice you're in some kind of cellar or basement. And yeah, there's a simple wooden table in the center and some chairs. It's a mess of cups and empty bottles and stuff. And you're not alone. Across the stone floor are some other people.
And do I recognize these people?
I don't know. Let's see who you see. I'll let the players describe their character, so they can describe what what you are seeing. So let's go from left to right. So that's Abelheim.
So, I described my character, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, you see on the floor, lying down, completely obliterated from drinking alcohol, a linen shirt stained with wine. Perfectly good-looking man. Nothing too good, let's say. So, linen shirt, pants, a dagger strapped by his side, and having or wearing a boiled leather breastplate over on top with a wolf's pelt as basically a sort of a cap hat. And he sort of looks about the room, saying, "Those lasses were definitely rough. Where am I?" And he looks about the room.
Thank you. That'll do for now, I think. Eirich, what does one see when they look at you?
Laying on the floor with a hood of his cloak rolled into a mini pillow is a 6'3" teenager who looks like he's in his mid-40s, thanks to being somewhat more Nordic. His clothes are tattered, most of them are worn and shredded, and he has a wiry, athletic look to him. Visible muscles and evidently strong, perhaps a little bit malnourished to boot.
Thank you. Otto.
So Otto, upon hearing, someone moving and the lights coming, is like, what the? And as he looks up, being starfish down, face down into the cold floor, he looks up and you just see a person who has this long, thick, slick-backed brown hair, nice, well-trimmed beard. But as he was sort of face down, you did see the sort of little balding spot that he obviously tries to hide by just quickly lifting it back. And he just, wearing common peasantry with adorned brass jewelry just to make himself look maybe a little bit upper class than he should be.
Yeah, thank you. And Edmund, now that these folks are awake, what do they see when they put their eyes upon you?
Yes, upon first glance, they might, at least looking at his face, they might assume that he's of nobility. He has a very well-trimmed, possibly one of the best well-trimmed beards and some of the best styled hair that they've seen. However, as they look down, they'll see upon his breast he's wearing a herald's uniform, and upon his entire body with boots at his feet. He carries himself, though, with even though he's just woken up, he's still already assuming sort of an air of nobility, even though his attire makes it obvious he is not.
Okay, thank you. Just a little description, and then the room is to you. Now there's a little light. You can see more of the space you're in. It's a large cellar, about 30 by 60 feet. Along the walls are shelves with bottles. It's a cellar where barrels and expensive-looking bottles are stored, and yeah, must be hundreds. Obvious to you, it's pretty obvious it's not the cellar of somebody's house. That's what you get for free. Edmund, you're a bit groggy, and the rest are outright just hungover.
Okay. All right. Yeah. With that, as soon as I lay eyes on the others and I make out what each of them look like, I stand fully from my chair, and I actually take a quick back away. The chair does a screeching little slide on the stone floor a couple of feet, and I say, where am I? Who are the lot of you? Have I been taken hostage?
By the screeching, just can't. Who? What? Why? Is there a bottle within arm's reach of me?
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of like just fumble around and just grab a bottle and cork it open and take a little sip to try to null the hangover with more alcohol.
Yep, you managed to get some in your mouth, and it's not particularly tasteful, and doesn't seem to be particularly good, but helps a bit.
Nice.
I sort of stand up, look about, and try to get as much as clean as I could, or as I can, off, and I look about the room filled with alcohol, and I assume there's a bottle nearby. Probably I could string it up, tie it to somewhere, and just basically say, "Gentlemen, I do not know who you are, but my name's Abelheim. I work as a goldsmith. It's a pleasure to meet you, especially Mr. Fancy Pants," looking over towards Edmund.
Oh, a goldsmith, you say? Well, then you're certainly no mere commoner. You at least have some brush with nobility if you deal with gold. I am Edmund E. Equus. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I place my hand across my breast and do a light nod to him.
Aye, pleasure to meet you too. Who are the rest of ya?
As Edmund pronounces his name in such an eloquent way, I would like for all of you to make a intelligence test, please.
Any bonuses because I am sort of nobility being
No.
silver?
No. This is for something else. Let's see, what's the best result? Wow, you all rolled really poorly. Eirich.
I didn't roll
Eirich.
poorly.
You rolled this. Okay, so you get... Okay. Eirich. And everybody else also. Yesterday evening is a blur. It started in an inn with a jolly halfling, and he was telling jokes and buying people drinks, and you got talking and drinking with him, and at some point he suggested to go out and drink somewhere else. And he said, there's this place where they have some good wine, but he would need some help from someone taller than him to get in. And you left the cracked drum. That's the name of the inn, and you set about. That's pretty much all you remember. But you do notice that your stuff is not on you.
I stand up.
Oh, so we're not with our stuff on. Okay, so I should
Yeah.
just be only with my linen shirt then. Okay, that's a pretty important tip.
I'm still.
The clothes on your back still are with you, but not your gear.
Right, not the gear, not the armor and dagger. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, can I have the name of the place in Britain for
Yep.
bookkeeping purposes?
Thanks.
Cracked drum,
I will
did you say?
I will give you access to the notes later. I'll put it in your stuff.
Somebody has
So,
taken
yeah.
my dagger.
I glance down at my waist and pat where my dagger was. And mine as well, it seems. Someone's absconded with it. I would not have parted with it willingly, at least not for some fair coin.
Yes, it appears someone has also taken my dagger. And the little money I did have.
I quickly
seems we're
gasp.
all-
Sorry.
It seems we're all daggerless then.
Yeah, I quickly gasp and check my coin purse and see that my money is all gone. Like, my coin is gone as well. So a lot of us have been robbed. Then it seems.
Honestly, this is not the first time it's happened. Probably won't be the last. He says as he finally sort of drags himself up on the table and kind of like puts his arm and nursing his head. And he's not moving his head to look. He's just kind of like looking out the corner of his eyes at everyone else, trying to see if he remembers them still.
Perhaps this is the work of Renaud. I wonder if he has something to do with this.
Ronald, probably. The sneaky little bugger.
If so, I look forward to receiving his blessing and taking part in his joke.
Eirich starts moving around the outskirts of the room, just looking for a door. Or a window.
Before that, I would basically look. Is there, since I see there's stuff on the table, is there anything that looks like remotely water?
Make me a perception check. With easy. Because
Easy.
yeah,
Well,
just
hopefully I won't have trouble spotting some water.
easy. Ooh, that's a
Oh,
bad
nope.
number.
Nope, I'm blind. It said, can't still see anything. Can any lads help me get some water?
And could I possibly inspect the room to see if there's anything written? I might think that someone would have left a note for us if this isn't some fiendish ordeal.
In one of the corners of the cellar, there's a ramp leading up to a sturdy-looking double door. And when Eirich tries to, it is open. It's locked from the inside with a bar. In the other corner, there's a spiral staircase leading up to the short spiral staircase leading up to a door, but that door is locked from the outside because you were checking for doors. Furthermore, there's some selection of tools and open bottles, some goblets, decanters, pots of glue, labels, and other stuff. Not something of direct value to you, but not something like a note, but other than the labels.
And you said there's a door with a bar. Is it bar on our side or on the other side?
The bar is on the inside, so it's the double door on the right top of your picture at the moment.
Let me. Oh, I see. Okay.
Can we do we remember the name of this halfling?
Yeah. You didn't roll really well, but you can try again with an intelligence test.
Oh, okay. Oh no. That migraine's just kicked in.
No. Some halfling. They all look the same.
I'm going to inspect the door and rack my head to wonder if I barred myself in here for some reason. I'm just pondering on the spot, did I do this?
Roll another intelligence test. With yeah.
That's pre-result.
That's good. There was something about a boat and a sausage that pops into your mind, but you don't quite remember what.
Does anybody remember something to do with a boat and a sausage? Or a sausage and a boat?
What?
What
Just look
kind? That sounds like a really bad reading I would give to someone.
Perhaps it is a boat full of sausages.
That would be quite nice right now. I could do with some food.
That's not the party I signed up for. A boat with sausages? Not my style.
Well, they do say women at sea are bad luck.
Gentlemen, with this door being barred from within, that would indicate that either one of us has done it, or perhaps someone else whom we have not yet laid eyes upon is still in here with us. Do we see anyone else in here? Have any of you laid eyes on anyone?
I can barely open my eyes without extraordinary amount of pain.
Same.
I just look a bit nervous considering that there might be a fifth party in here.
Yeah. You were wondering about written stuff.
Yeah, so there's anything in writing, either on the table, on the doors, anywhere?
There's a label that says Der Luft Special Vintage Vinegar.
Der Luft Special, okay.
can I ask who the most robust physically sort of person in the room is to me? Who looks like they're the most beefy? If I give them each a glance.
I'm a bit beefy.
Yeah, I'm a bit beefy as well.
Yeah.
I feel like perhaps you should go through this door first.
How about? I mean, I've been in some situations before, and if that's locked from in here, and the one up top of that staircase is locked from the outside, and we don't know what day it is, we might actually be trespassing.
We are...
So
Yes.
it might be worth if we did go out the big door to maybe do it quietly.
Seeing as we are already trespassing, I will not mind if I help myself.
He's going to look for any bottles that he can just quickly stick in his pouch.
I'd
Well,
not
there's plenty about, so.
I'd not yet considered that we might be the ones in a place that we oughtn't be of our own volition. That's a good point.
That doesn't surprise me from as a good friend Abelheim said, hoity-toity types tend to not care for these sorts of places or situations.
Yes, I ordinarily would not have come here, but under the influence, I suppose who knows what a man might get up to.
True. Did someone said something about water? Did we manage to find any? Because I really can't open my eyes.
No, neither can I. I've been looking across the room. There's no water.
I'll take a look around if I can help him find it. Is that perception?
Yep.
Okay. It's challenging.
Easy. You can read, can you?
I can read, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, all the
Okay.
bottles have labels. So.
Oh, very nice.
And with that roll, you clearly make out that the bottles are all are labeled Der Luft. He pulls them out. He pulls them out a few cupboards further, and they're all pretty much the same. And they're all marked vinegar. Some have different types of vintages noted on them, some numbers and some stuff you don't really know what they mean, but numbers and words. But they all seem to be like bottles of vinegar.
And no water to be found then.
No water, and furthermore, no wine. Only the ones on the table and on the floor, and the broken ones and the empty ones.
Alas, gentlemen, I've inspected the labels upon these bottles, and unfortunately, they are all vinegar. No water to be found. No liquor either.
As soon as he hears that they're all vinegar, you just see him. He's like still pouring, like nursing the bottle in his mouth, and he's like,
I jump a bit.
No
You weren't
wonder
just
why
drinking
this-
that.
Well, yeah,
Didn't you
the best.
smell it?
I can't open my eyes, and the best cure for a hangover is either a hearty meal or more alcohol. Everyone knows this.
I shake my head and roll my eyes. Very well.
Well, in that case, then, shall we? I mean, as he kind of like forces an eye open, should we just leave, find something to cure this aching head, and find our stuff? Because I'm very prone to keeping my stuff.
That would seem prudent at this time. And perchance, do any of you happen to know the name De Luft? It's written on all of these bottles down here. Perhaps a branding.
Do we know that, Dio?
Vaguely as the name of the town where you were drinking in the broken drum.
Okay, well then instead I would say, knowing that, I would say, at least we are still somewhere in proximity of where we began our alcoholic quaffing endeavors, because we are still in Derluft, as the bottles do display that name, gentlemen. I say proudly as if I've discovered something very keen.
Are you saying that was in the cellar of the tavern we started that night in?
Mayhaps, or a neighboring building. But would the tavern have this much vinegar?
Um, maybe instead of watering down, they vinegar it down?
I would not put that past them. The drinks weren't particularly good.
Well, I guess for your tongue, they wouldn't know. Eric, and Alberheim, did you find anything else in the room? Because I mean, I would love to help you look, but I'm just gonna stay and keep myself propped up on this table for the time being.
I have found some doors.
Then through the doors shall we go then? I don't reckon drinking some vinegar will help this situation, will it?
No,
At least not from experience.
it leaves a nice aftertaste. Better than the vomit that was in my mouth, that's for sure.
Perhaps. Until they give me... After you.
Go ahead.
Until they give me my dagger back, I'm going to keep their vinegar.
Yes, we should search the environs for our gear and coin.
Indeed.
Well,
Yes.
Let us be off then, I guess.
After you.
Can someone help me just a little bit?
Who's I gather you're opening the door.
Eric is waiting for someone else to open the door.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna push past Eric and lift the bar and try to open the big door that we can open. That's barred from the inside.
Yep. Can you make an endurance test, please?
Endurance.
Yeah.
Challenging.
With a what was your initial consume alcohol test?
Ooh.
Really bad. Okay.
Yeah, -3.
Yep. There you go. So hard? Is it hard? Or difficult? Whatever comes after challenging.
Difficult. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
You try to lift the beam and you almost pass out from the exertion.
Oh, my head! Someone do this. Why am I? And he stumbles back and lands on his ass.
I take a step back. I clearly don't look like I want to be the one to do it. Not necessarily out of fear, but more out of class.
Oh, come on. And he sees you take a step back. No, you're in this with us as much as all of us. Go help.
I roll my eyes and I take a step forward. Of course, certainly. And I go ahead and I walk up to the door and I will attempt to retain my composure and look as graceful as I can as I lift at the beam. What's that roll?
For you, it's is it easy?
Yeah, I passed the.
Yeah. Make it
so
an easy.
Easy and was it endurance or what was it?
Endurance, yeah.
Endurance. Okay.
There is some. You lift the beam. It's heavier than you thought, and there's some mild nausea that comes up, and you're pretty sure you vomit a little bit in your mouth, but you quickly swallow it, and you lift the beam.
And I just do a little swallow and kind of lick my lips and smack them and wince. Well, we have a way out now. And I do a graceful flourish of my hand toward the door while looking at the other gents.
Nice. Right. Make sure no one's out there that could see us leave.
I will go and have a sneak. It looks
Excellent idea.
dark.
I step out of the way for Eirich.
I assume is there a light source when he's opened the door, or is it just...
If you stand by the door, you can see that it's light out. So the door leads to an outside. So do you want to swing open the door? Do you want to peek through a crack, or?
If he's... I will open it enough to just wait and see if anything happens, and then stick my head out, and then just sneak out without opening it all the way.
Okay. Then the following thing: you open the door slightly, and the rays of light coming through the door pierce your eyes, and your headache intensifies astronomically, as such things do. But at least the spooky music stops, and you gaze outside, and you see a kind of wooded surrounding, and yeah, you see two men across maybe 10 yards. There's another barn, and you see two men. They are with their backs towards you at the moment, and they seem to be working with barrels or crates, carving or carpentry. But they're busy and just talking amongst themselves, and not loud enough for you to hear, but
Okay.
it's quite a beautiful day that you would otherwise enjoy if you weren't so hungover.
Seeing as I'm not sure as we've broken in there or not, or what's going on, I will quietly say to the others, sort of miming, "Come, but be quiet." And I'm not going to wait for them. I'm just going to go around the side of the building to somewhere I deem to be safe.
You were free to move your token, but first roll a stealth. If you have a rural,
I have Rover, but that might not... Does this count for Rover, or is this more urban?
Yeah, I would say in this case it does, because the ground is it's not a road or something; it's just grass.
Okay.
So
I also have Alley Cat, so either or.
both are fine. Yeah,
Both are fine. Okay.
They don't notice you. Yeah.
And I specifically want to go around and wait to see if they hear the others come out, with a cheeky grin on my face.
Well, in this case, I would follow along as well, stumbling about from the alcohol. I have the Rover. Stealth test in a rural environment.
Yep.
And I would murmur to the others, let's keep our voices and movements a bit stealthy, if you will. That fellow seemed to imply that we might still be in some sort of danger.
Yep.
And so
well noted. It's yeah.
Yeah, make a. So, who had the Rover as well?
I had Abelheim.
Yeah. So you can move freely; they won't notice you. Okay. But others wanted to move; they will have to make a stealth roll. You are still kind of groggy, but it's not really hard. So, just challenging.
Oh god. I have not rolled below 80.
So, Edmund, which way are you going?
Let's see. I would say I'm just trying to walk out, really just walking out into the middle. I don't quite know where to go. I've never been here before. The light is blinding me a bit. I'm kind of squinting as I'm glancing up at the sun, taking a look around for my other two party members who have sort of disappeared on me.
Okay, so you can move yourself to wherever you
Sure. Just
want to go. And Otto, what happens when you leave the cellar?
So I see them all like pushing the door and they sneakily going out. Like, okay, and then from the exhaustion earlier, like, okay, I've got this. And he like psychs himself up and he goes to push it slightly, but he exerts a little bit more force than he should have done, and he just goes flying out and just like lands face first in the dirt as he comes out of the cellar.
I spin around. Are you quite all right? I don't actually reach to help him though.
You are confronted by two gentlemen that look up and are really confused and just stare at you blankly, basically.
I feel their stares and spin around again. Hello?
Where on earth did you come from?
Oh, we just awakened a few minutes ago in this fine little burg, and our possessions were all missing, save for the clothes upon our backs. We're still in Der Luft. Is that correct, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah, this is Der Luft Island, but strange place to spend the night in the vinegar cellar.
We agree, actually. We aren't quite certain how we all ended up down there, and none of us even knew one another. I certainly would not have bedded down around strangers in a strange place, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
It's a wise thing to say. Yeah.
So, you gentlemen wouldn't have happened to have seen anyone disappearing with a few daggers and some coin or anything in the evening or in recent hours, would you?
Otto kind of like lifts his head up and just adds to that. It was a halfling.
Halfling, say you. They sort of whisper to each other. Might it be that Goldflower, Billy Goldflower? And the name, the name rings a bell. Billy Goldflower. You might even have a aha moment.
Goldflower, that name, I definitely know it. Not well. What about you? I ask, looking down at my companion on the ground, whom I'm not helping.
He's still face down into the dirt, and you just hear him kind of like.
I see. Well put.
Can me and Eirich sort of overhear the conversation? Or is it too far away?
I mean, they're talking across the street, so they're pretty loud, I guess.
Okay, so in that case, I would like look over and say, "Oi, Eirich,
Yes.
does the name ring a bell?"
No.
Instantly, images of sausages and climbing over something and through something and locking a door, but
I remember sausages and climbing.
It's been a wild night.
Perhaps.
Why did we have to drink? That's this hard. I usually water down my wine a little bit so I don't suffer this badly.
Normally after a wild night I wake up with more things, not less. This is strange.
I'll agree on the same extent. I usually find jewels. Or some things, to keep me pockets lined. This is something other worldly. 1 second. Puke over the side.
Anything interesting around me in the side of the building? I assume just shrubbery and grass.
Shrubbery and grass, yeah.
Okay, well, I would like to at least be reimbursed.
He's gonna walk around the side of the building to the this
Hello there.
conversation.
Hello, people who I have not met before.
There you are.
I'm Ivan, and this is my little Anders, my son. We're the barrel makers. And seems you been the victims of a prank of Billy, the halfling. He's been causing some stirs around here. So I don't know. I'm looking at you. You don't seem to have taken anything from the vinegar cellar. I mean, well, what would you anyway? But so I don't know what you need anything.
I need to find this halfling. Where is he?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably in town.
Where is town?
Well, just across the water.
Well, gentlemen, I believe we are about to go to town.
Yeah, mind the dog.
Oh, a canine. Is it aggressive, or what do we need to know?
If you know how to treat the dog, it's fine.
And how, pray tell, should we treat the dog, fine sirs?
With respect, of course.
Utmost, absolutely, I say with a smile and a nod.
Now, if you be so kind to not cause any more trouble and just go on your way.
Oh, of course. We will be right out of your hair, won't we, gentlemen?
They both stand up and follow you for a couple of feet to see what you do.
I'm going to walk over to a reasonable distance where I could still jump on top of some boxes and just look at the dog first.
Just before we completely leave, I just turn around and offer to him and say, "You fine gentlemen wouldn't perchance like to have your fortune read, would you, for a small price?"
E?
Yeah, everyone likes to know their fortunes. Come on, what's that? A little glimpse into what could be, what could come your way, good fortune, bad fortune, just to plan ahead in life.
Sounds kind of heretical.
It's
Oh, come on, Dad! Come on, Dad! You never help me have any fun.
Yeah, it's not heretical. It's just it's a bit of fun. Come on.
Yeah, come on. What do you mean to do?
I need you to just open your arms up, and put your palms, both of them, in the air. And I will read them, okay? And I will, from your palms, I can discern whether you're going to have good or bad fortune heading.
Ooh, any ladies?
Oh,
I've never been with a lady before.
We'll see what the fortunes hold, eh?
Right, little boys, come on.
But before I do this, it will cost a pretty penny, of course. So
Yeah. Sure. Wait. Here you go. It gives you roll a d10. It gives you 4 pennies.
Yeah.
The whole time that I'm watching this, I'm looking with a corked brow and a look of incredulousness until I see him hand him some coins. At which point, I then look impressed.
Right. What you need to do, boy, is you need to think of what you desire the most. Keep your eyes closed. Keep everything out. What you desire the most, and remember, calm
ladies.
breathing. Yeah, calm breathing, and I will read your fortune. I'm just gonna. Great, the one thing I can roll successfully.
Well, very good. Let's see. What we'll do? Where are my tables? All my tables are gone. Stupid. Why does it do that? Maybe.
Major miscast.
No. Do one of the doomings.
Doomings?
Yeah.
So
That's what you get actually. You get a vision of something, and this is a feeling you get.
yeah, so as he's like holding onto his wrist, he like grips tightens. He's like his whole body kind of like stiffens and spasms ever so slightly, and his eyes kind of like go to the back of his head. And he just comes down, and he just instantly says, "Trust not the written word, for the quill cuts deeper than any blade."
You what?
Oh, that was a bit unsuspecting. It normally doesn't hit so intense. Like I said, good or bad fortune can come your way. Appears bad fortune's on your way, but you are now well prepared. Do not trust the written word. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I can't read anyway, so yeah, that's
Well,
good.
maybe for your father to keep out, eh? As he like looks over towards his what he presumes is his dad.
He just frowns and shakes his head. So, but what about the ladies?
Well, if you manage to get past this small doom, I'm pretty sure the ladies are just on the horizon, eh, lad? Like gives him a nudge on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's smashing, mate.
Anytime. Right, I must be off. And thank you both.
Yeah, you leave him and he just keeps standing there staring at his hand, just kind of befuddled. Dreams of words and quills and somehow ladies mixed in.
I give Otto an approving nod and just say, Mr. Klein, I am most impressed. That is quite the grift.
What can I say? It's a trade secret, and it helps with these dashingly good looks.
Well, as I said, I am impressed. You've outdone yourself, sir.
Yes, quite so, considering that I could barely open my eyes still. Come on, let's be off. I need some water.
Let's.
Eirich's currently sat on a box looking at the dog, just trying to get eye contact with it. Just like watching it.
The dog is currently seems asleep. His head curled around his body.
Now that we're seeing like a better view of this place, so there's no way to basically cross over to the other side. We have to use the boat, right?
If you want to walk around the island, if you do so, you certainly would notice that it is, in fact, an island in the middle of a river.
Very well. So in this case, like I'd say, well, since we're done with the whole thing, who's gonna go first and interact with the dog?
I think a dog is like a wolf, and a wolf is perhaps an emissary of Eirich, so I will see if I am worthy of crossing.
That is some sound logic, man, I say, looking at him, and as soon as he looks away from me, I'm shaking my head at the others.
Well, I'll look over your shoulder. Eirich, hopefully the dog doesn't bite us.
We will be fine.
I'm going to go up along the boardwalk near the water's edge.
Mm-hmm.
And go to a distance where I'm not too close, not too far. What I deem to be an acceptable distance before presenting myself to the dog and trying to wake it gently and introduce myself to it.
I'll gently follow Eirich's lead behind.
Okay. Okay. Plus 20 charm animal test. So what is it? Average?
Sure.
Wow.
All the crits.
So you walk up to the dog, and well, what do you do?
I say I'd stop about 3 yards away from it, kind of kneel down on the floor, like hands open, kind of bowing a little bit before it. still maybe only a metre from the edge of the boardwalk, and just introduce myself.
Good afternoon.
The dog's head pops up, looks at you, tilts his head to one side, and starts wagging his tail, and starts panting a little bit. Oop.
Perhaps we have been accepted.
I'm going to look up at it and just make sure it looks happy, that I'm content that this is
It
a happy
looks-
doggo.
Very expectant at you.
Did you bring any jerky with? Oh wait, we have nothing.
Do we have any offerings? Perhaps we could give it a finger.
Offer it some vinegar. It might like that.
Are you daft? Vinegar for a dog?
I
No
mean,
way.
dogs eat all sorts. They eat their own sick. I mean, who knows?
I'm gonna give this vinegar to me mom. That's what I'm keeping it for.
Perhaps.
Is the vinegar bottle I've got corked?
Yeah, it's corked and sealed with wax.
I don't think I'm going to give it a waxy cork. to chew on.
Just FYI, it is what you see, what you get here. This little map. So the house at the end of the dock is actually there.
Yep.
Oh, in that case, then I'm going to have a quick look, peek inside.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that.
Because I didn't. Yeah, I didn't specify before, but normally it's just flavor, but sometimes it's actually what it is, and in this case, it's actually what it is. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little peek inside this house.
I'll be keeping a distance from it, not wanting to look like I'm breaking it in or anything.
I'm going to just converse with the dog for a bit and be like,
"What do you want? Do you need a rabbit or a stick?"
Perhaps ask it if it wants a belly rub.
Do you like to have belly rubs?
I'm going to hold out a hand to it in like a petting motion gesture to see if it seems happy.
He comes to you and then starts licking your hand and putting his head under it.
I think he wants to eat me.
Perhaps I'm going to just put my hand on its head and point it towards Edmund.
Perhaps you should lick the fat one. He's probably more tasty.
Well,
And I'm going to try and nudge him in that direction.
Can I hear him? Can I hear him?
If you are this far away, I don't know how loud he's talking. Can he hear you?
I always talk in a little bit of a whisper.
Well, then you
Helps to be
cannot hear him.
sneaky.
No.
Then I am just smiling and trying to look natural so that the gentlemen don't suspect me of any shenanigans
So I'm
while
gonna
that guy's rooting in a house.
Try and encourage the
see,
dog in his direction.
Yeah. Roll a charm animal.
Challenging this time.
Yeah. Just normal.
Come on, baby. No.
It looks in Edmund's direction and looks back at you and starts licking you again. Meanwhile, Otto is in the house checking it out.
Well, I'm going to knock on the door, see if anyone's in. I'm just going to.
Oh, the door's open.
Okay.
Door's open.
So I'm just like, hello? Anyone in? What do I see inside this house? Like,
This just a little room. There's a workbench with some tools, and there's a table with 2 chairs, and there seems to be a picture of some sorts, and there's a small package, something wrapped in paper.
I will go over and investigate what's in the picture and the package.
The picture contains what does it contain?
Are you asking me that?
Yep, I'm asking you
Oh.
what it contains.
Okay, water.
Well, there you go. Yes, fresh, cold, clean, tasty water. About
Nice.
a liter.
Nice. I will take a nice mouthful and then pour the rest over my head.
It is the best thing in the world you have ever experienced. And you are refreshed and your head is somewhat clearer.
Yeah. Hey, what's your name? Alberheim, I found some water. It's fucking amazing.
I look over excited and say, "Some water! Give me a sip. Just even a small sip."
I've left you a little bit.
I go over, prancing about slowly, as to not startle the dog in any way.
As I wait for Abelheim, I'm going to see what the package is. That's wrapped in paper.
Yeah, it is a piece of bread, some cheese, and a couple of sausages.
I'm going to pocket that before anyone else sees what I have.
You have a ration, basically.
As Abelheim leaves, Eirich's gonna be like,
Would you like water? He has water. Leave me alone.
He is attached to you at this point.
And as I realize now, just standing here out in the opening, while a guy is rummaging around in a house, another guy's going to join him, I realize now that I look kind of like a lookout, and so I'm going to go over to join Eirich over on the docks, so that I look a little less suspicious.
Ah.
Yep.
Do you perhaps know how to convince doggies to go back to sleep?
I can't say that I do. Speaking to canines is not my particular forte. Certainly not convincing them to slumber. Generally, food or drink or something to chew upon is ordinarily necessary.
Perhaps if you try to pet him a little bit.
I glance down at the dog and blink. And then I shrug and reach down to pet the dog.
Charm animal.
Okay, and let's see here. And charm animal or animal care, would either of those be relevant or more prevalent, or would it be charm animal?
He's at ease, and Eirich certainly has already appeased him somewhat. So with a average roll.
Average charm animal. Okay.
Yep. Oh, that shouldn't do that. So you stick out your hand to the dog, and it reels back and starts growling at you.
I quickly withdraw my hand and stand upright. Well, it seems he is not particularly partial to me. I'll leave the canine handling to you, Mr. Hammersonson.
Perhaps he is an emissary of Eirich.
Mayhaps.
I have been deemed worthy.
I'm going to try and shuffle around the dog to go to the boat.
It hops on its front legs excitedly as you stand up and looks at you expectantly, but lets you pass.
I will shadow the living hell out of Eirich, not wanting to face the dog's ire.
I'm just going to get in the boat if I can.
Yep. Yeah, no problem. You can get in the boat.
Wait for us. Come on, Abelheim. They're leaving without us.
Right. Well, just don't look at the dog. Just move past it.
It was a
Good
good
little doggy.
I'm going to pick up a stick or twig that's on the floor somewhere and throw it in the distance.
The dog chases the stick.
Yeah, just jump into the boat. Good boy. He's a good boy.
Very happy looking dog.
As the second person gets in the boat,
I am the new tollkeeper. It is a penny to cross the river. I have just changed my careers.
he says with a smile on his face, like a big cheesy grin. and a hand out and sort of outreached expectantly.
I like slap his hand like a high five. Like, you're so funny. Come on, let's get going before that dog gets back.
Yes, our coin is with your coin.
Indeed.
In this case, I'm becoming the guardian of this boat. You pay me half of what you make, Eirich.
Deal. Provided you agree to lay down your life for me as your employer.
I'll think about that over some beer or wine, maybe.
You do know the dog's coming back, right?
Right. It's time to get off. It's time to get off.
I'm already starting during this conversation to try and row the boat across.
Okay, the boat is it is a rowboat, and it seats either 1 or 2 rowers. So
me and my river warden are gonna try and row, I guess.
Okay.
Or at least I'm gonna motion him towards the seat.
Yeah, I get the notion.
I will need some tests from you, and I need a total of 6 success levels for you to maneuver this vehicle to the other side of the river without getting wet, basically.
Okay, is this challenging or average?
It is a challenging roll.
Is it athletics?
It is row, and if you do not have row, it is a strength test.
I have row, but yeah. Come on, lucky. Lucky.
I think everybody has row. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got room.
So that's -2 plus 3. Nope. So you push off with an average of +1. You manage to keep everyone in the boat. You fumble with the oars while you drift along on the river. There are some other barges sailing on this river, and they stare at you awkwardly, laugh a bit maybe. Poor drunk guys in the boat.
As one of them passes, I'm going to say it's my river warden's first day on the job.
I'm only a guard. I can't do either. I can't row.
As they're all doing this, I'm just gonna like count the 4 pennies and just feel happy with myself and like sort of like do the, the mafia coin flick and catch it in the air.
You have 1 success, so just keep rolling until you have 6.
Okay.
And Eirich, it's the average of what you roll. Well, there you
I'm
go.
really trying here.
So you fumble along.
Perhaps if you just hold still and don't do anything, let me do it.
Hey, Evelyn, would you like me to give it a go? I mean,
yeah, give it a go. This is not my job. I'd rather be a lookout and look after that dog if it in case decides to jump.
Yeah. One of you is rowing forward, and the other one is rowing backwards. So you're just going in circles.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's okay, Ibrahim. I mean, River Warden's first day on the job. All eyes are on you. It's understandable you're getting a bit of stage fright. It's fine.
That alcohol.
Yes, that's vinegary alcohol.
Feel this is a bit soothing right now.
I wonder what Manon thinks of this. Perhaps if we offer a little to him.
I'm going to take a bottle of vinegar out of my pocket and pour it into the river and hope Manon likes vinegar. Probably not.
Okay.
Here's the cheapest wine imaginable.
I mean,
We'll see.
We'll
fish and chips.
I am sorry, this is all that I have, which makes it worth a lot more.
Big
Perhaps
grits.
certainly
we
true.
Yeah, that's true.
Perhaps we should not tell anyone that we've done this. I don't quite know how good this might be for the health of the aquatic creatures in this river.
Oh god, I do worse.
Spinning in circles.
Yeah, there's your moving about has caused some water to enter the boat.
Gentlemen,
Oh dear. Hey, wait. let me try this. And he like pulls a penny out, and he gives a little prayer to Ronald. He's like, Ronald, I know you love being a giant dick and, fucking with people, but for the love of you, just, I don't want to drown. And he like flicks the coin into the river.
As the coin touches the water, you hear behind you, "Oi, look out, you dunces!" And a barge comes in your path, and just about manages to miss you. It just touches you, and nudges you actually towards the side of the town. So maybe it helped.
Ronald, I love you so goddamn much, you giant dick.
We nearly died, and you're thanking him?
You're halfway, basically smack in the middle of the river right now.
I mean, it didn't hit us, and it nudged us the right way. What are the chances of that happening? I mean, it's pretty self-evident.
I'd rather not think about the odds.
How many of you know how to swim?
No, let's just row.
Right, let's try.
It's not my specialty.
I do.
Well, there you go.
I am going to attempt to make their life easier by just swimming the rest of the way because I want my dagger back. So I'm just going to jump off the boat and just paddle.
Okay, make a swim test.
Provided that there is no obvious ship going to whack me in the face.
It is a fairly busy shipway.
Okay, so I'll play leapfrog.
Yep.
Challenging swim?
Yeah. Yeah, you managed to avoid most of the ships, the barges, but there's one that just you go right and it goes right, and you go left and it goes left, and you manage to avoid it, but you go under and you take a nasty sip of the river water. So maybe make an endurance test.
Challenging
Easy.
again? Easy.
Nah, easy.
Okay, easy.
It's fair. You just poured vinegar in it. So.
Standard.
Yeah,
Standard.
Manon didn't like the vinegar, so we'll
yeah.
find out what happens later.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it because I deserve it.
He's like, God damn it, Eric! I can't roll this thing on my own. It's Esquire, whatever your last name was. Help row, will you? You're good with opening that door.
I'll give it my best. I can't say I've ever tried before, and I will move up to the row seat and give it a whirl. What's the difficulty on that? Challenging.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
You definitely not make it worse. Together, you somehow manage to stumble and fumble your way across the river, avoid most of the barges, get a lot of laughs. There's a small crowd gathered at the dock at the moment, looking at the spectacle in the middle of the river. But you manage to get there. Eventually you get to the dock, but just as the last person wants to leave this little rowboat and exchange the waters for dry land, a gust of wind blows the boat just a little bit further in, up the stream, and the oars, the rowing oars, fall into the water, and one of you is now helpless, solo, in this boat. And the person that was still in the boat, the persons that were still in the boat, will have to roll an initiative. And the person who fails worst will be the one in the boat.
Ooh.
So that's Edmund, Otto, and Abelheim.
Initiative, yeah.
Initiative, yes.
Okay.
Come on, Ronald, don't screw me now.
Is it challenging?
And just normal, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm staying.
Mr. Ed, you're in the boat.
Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Oi, what are you still doing in the boat? Come on.
You do know this is Ronald taking his vengeance upon you for doubting him.
What? Hi, Ronald. I just look up at the sky as if that's going to do something. My hands outcast and in frustration. How far am I from the shore? Like, am I able that I could make a jump?
Nope, it's about 2 yards now.
Do we have something like a long oar or something within reach, or possibly Edmund can chuck an oar so we can grab and pull him over?
I think the oars fell off, didn't they?
The oars fell in the water, but
Okay.
Make a perception, Edmund, and anybody else.
Sure.
I'd be looking for anyone nearby that might have a stick or some rope.
Challenging, normal. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. There is it's fairly obvious, but there's a rope on one of the benches in the boat.
There, quick! Abelheim, come, quick!
Right, let's get it over then. Probably we could chuck it over easily.
The rope is in Edmund's boat.
Oh, okay.
The rope. Okay.
Then I will pick up the rope and hold one end of it and throw the other end at the fellas.
Remember, spinning motion. Spin it and then release.
Yes, will do. All right, what's that roll gonna be?
Average, because you're in a wobbly boat.
Oh, I'm sorry. And what?
Ballistic skill.
Oh, good. Actually.
Yep. Average
Okay.
ballistic skill. So
All
that's
right.
yep. Well, no, you mean
Can I support it with a catch
yep.
to see if I can like snatch it out of the air?
Yeah. Make a dex roll maybe.
Sure.
Visibly.
I'm gonna
Maybe
hold on
agility.
to.
It's
I'll
not
take
just your
agility.
hands.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, agility
I'm up.
or athletics, whichever.
I'm gonna hold on to Eric's waist just to make sure he
Yep.
himself doesn't
So-
fall into the river.
Make it a easy then.
I will use one of my rerolls for that.
Really?
Yeah.
No but.
Well-
It is a no but.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what,
I'll let him
He
drown.
also wrote a no but. So
Yeah, I'll take the no but. It's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
well, you catch the rope, but you fall into the water.
I'm sorry, Eric. And I'm gonna like jump over to the ledge and try to like reach down and make sure he doesn't like go away with the tide or to anyone else's like barge.
I sort of look over and say, lads, I think I'm gonna be real with you. We're not gonna get our stuff back if we keep fucking about like this.
Indeed. Perhaps you could come and help us.
Yes.
Right, that was my next plan of action. How can I help?
You can help me lift Eric up out of
That-
the water.
That would be a skill check, or
No, that's if you roll assisting, then that's you don't have to roll
It would
for that.
appear that Manan is not particularly pleased with me.
What do you
just
what do I have to roll to lift him up out the river?
Make an easy athletics.
And just as soon as you finish helping him, if you would please assist me, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'm afraid Otto.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah.
So that's what fate.
If you go in the chat window, there should be like a little light bulb or something.
Oh yeah, use a fortune. Yeah,
you,
so
you can
to
right click
re-roll.
it too, yeah. Oof.
There you go. You nearly fall into the water as Eric pulls himself up on your leg or garment, whatever he grabs, but you manage to pull him ashore.
There we go, Eric. It's fine. We got you, buddy.
I
You
appreciate
still got the rope, right?
being saved.
Did I hold on to the rope?
Did you?
I don't know. That's the question. Did I I had a no butt, so
Yeah, the butt was that you fell into the water.
okay, fair enough.
You have the rope, but
So a no.
you were in the water. Yeah.
Okay, so I had the rope in the water and I've been pulled out with the rope.
Yeah, it's you have the rope.
I am wondering,
And this is as I'm starting to tug at the rope.
how much would you charge to save a nobleman who has been lost at sea?
Oh, I mean, a nobleman at sea that's who saved? I mean, that's got to be some gold pieces, surely.
I'll be saying this just loud enough for Edmund to hear.
My face is visibly very concerned.
I wonder how much coin you have.
Friends, esteemed traveling companions, please pull me in. Please and thank you.
I mean, we hold all the dice in this conversation. I mean, we could just leave him to float into the barge's way, and surely some compensation to save a fine nobleman as yourself, like Eirich suggested.
But you are such esteemed gentlemen that you would not need any recompense.
I don't know what part of me seems esteemed, but I think you're looking in the wrong direction.
No, I assure you, every inch of you, head to toe, good sir. Head to toe.
It kind of like looks at Edmund, then at Abelheim and Eirich, like with that. Yeah, whatever.
Eric's just having too much fun. He's going to try and throw a bottle of vinegar to Edmund, see if he can catch it.
I will use my free hand to try to catch it, lest it potentially hit me or make the boat wobble.
Sorry, I was rolling stuff. What did you say?
He's throwing a bottle to me, and I'm trying to catch it. Bottle of vinegar.
Yeah.
So the person throwing makes a ballistics test.
Sure.
For a throwing weapon, just normal. So.
Average or challenging?
With average, yeah.
Just a little underarm throw to get it to him.
Yep. So it's spot on. It's very spot on. So it's easy to catch. So you can. What would you use to catch? Athletics. Yeah.
Okay.
It's with a easy.
Easy.
Maybe
okay.
even very easy because he rolled +5. Yeah.
Very easy. All right. I catch it, I guess, gracefully.
Yeah. you just snatch it out of the air.
What's this for?
I'm going to turn to Otto next to me.
I think he should confess to the next barge that he is a vinegar thief.
Oh, you know, Eirich, it's like you're in my mind. Get out.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, I'll be saying that loud enough for you to hear.
Yeah.
Like,
Just a
Eirich,
second.
okay.
Oh, that's the wrong one. You're still in the water. You're in the boat, but now we have just a slightly different setting.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Eirich, this has gone on long enough. It is a very amusing jest, but
I would agree. It is about time you stop stealing vinegar.
I mean, we've spoken about this to you plenty of times, Edmund. You have to. It's become quite the problem.
I put the bottle behind my back as I'm holding it, trying to keep anyone's eyes off of me, even though the waterway is busy.
I will pull him in. Like this is. I'm not actually blackmailing him. This is me just giving an offering to Renaud, effectively.
Yeah, and I've been sweating bullets until he finally begins pulling the rope, and I just let out an exasperated sigh, like, "Thank you, thank you."
On a serious note, though, you do owe us.
If I had coin on me, I would give you one.
Maybe you could give me an audience to someone to read their fortune for them? Question mark?
That could be arranged. That could. We'll
Well,
see.
you know what? That's good for me. As he's pulling in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Abelheim. Are the people still staring at us? I'm quite afraid to turn around.
I take a short peek around the side. Are the people still looking?
Some people are slapping each other on the back and on their legs and saying, "Oh, that was a good laugh," and going about their business again.
Mm-hmm.
And some money is being exchanged hands, as if
Mhm.
people were making bets.
Well, let's just plainly say we probably made somebody rich today.
So, yeah, I mean, I know I wasn't even looking, so ignore me.
As I step up off of the boat, I say, well, hopefully we make ourselves rich. Rich in our own goods being reclaimed. What say, gentlemen?
Speaking of which, I'm going to. I mean, are we looking for our stuff? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had a dagger, and it's not that many coin on me. I'm not too fussed for my stuff, but I mean, if you had greater wealth, maybe in helping you find that, you could share some of that wealth.
I have my own aspirations, and I am, well, and I lower my voice a bit so that only the guys around me can hear. Oh, I have something a bit embarrassing to share with you, and please do not share this with anyone else. But I am not exactly, as one might say, a noble. Rather, I am noble adjacent, shall we say.
So you're pretending.
I tighten my lips a bit and look off to one side. Well, have you any other questions?
It is a matter of principle, not whether or not we need the items, but the fact that they were taken. So?
Indeed.
Yes. I suggest we should do similarly to what happened to us to said person, as a form of payback. I think Renald would surely like that.
There is an important-looking man strolling through the town. Does he look like a guard or a soldier?
Make a perception check.
Ugh.
And probably because I work, or my career group is a soldier, would I recognize them as soldiers, or?
Let's see what he rolls. Eirich, you see guardy types. And Amelheim, you see guards.
I see guards, okay.
I will
And
approach
they are
it as I
walking in
can.
your direction, quite firmly and with purpose, actually.
Okay.
I tell them, we might be in trouble.
It's alright, guys. I've got this. Good guards! Quick! Someone's robbed us.
All right. What's the trouble here?
Some halfling robbed us. He took us to that island over there and robbed us blind.
I see. Well, I think the matters are a bit different.
This person, with every word he says, he pops up his chest and looks around as if to see if his every word is heard.
I am the sergeant of this town, and I think you will come with me.
Certainly, I'm happy to give you an account of how me and my fine fellow friends here got robbed blindly by this scoundrelous halfling.
I sort of mumble very quietly, saying, telling to the guards that 3 grown men and a kid being robbed by a halfling blindly is Kind of a weird story, to say.
We
But
were under the influence at the time.
We were
Yeah,
poisoned.
I mean,
I was poisoned. I am quite sure.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never been so blackout drunk before. He definitely slipped us something in our drinks.
I suspect he could have been a witch.
A witch!
that's a pretty strong suspicion to make.
Well, he
I mean-
managed to poison all of us.
I'm pretty sure he. For a brief moment, I was turned into a perchance, but I don't know if that's just me being drunk or remembering things slightly wrong.
Well, it looks like you got better. At least.
Indeed.
I think the faster that we finish with the sergeant, and I sort of do a curtsy nod to him, showing respect.
Yes.
Maybe we could probably be on our merry ways to figure out where our equipment was stolen.
You have already admitted to being associated with a known criminal.
Wait, wasn't he a halfling? Not a gnome?
Yes, the known criminal, known as Billy Goldflower.
I think he's saying no, not no.
No, I'm daft.
Yes.
It's early in the morning, and obviously the alcohol still hasn't worn off, Sergeant. I
Can I-
apologize.
Can I try to charm the sergeant to say, hey, listen, look, we're not associates, we're victims here. Come on, I mean,
Yes.
surely.
Yes,
But probably.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was supposed probably. I would also say, there's been some sort of confusion here. Sarge, we've been robbed.
I'm going to try and as well step in front of the sergeant and say,
I am a bounty hunter, and this is my first day on the job, but I am intending on finding this little halfling.
Look, stop it! Stop your incessant lies!
We're not.
We have been informed by the Lord himself that you would be here. And we walk up to the dock, and lo and behold, you are here. It is as he said.
Who is your lord?
So you will now come with me, and I will take you to the Lord as demanded.
Very
And he
well.
Clicks
Lead
his,
the way,
his
good sir.
heels together and nods to the other guards.
I think we should talk to the lord.
Press around you.
Yes, I do find that the more educated individuals are the ones who understand reason best. Let's have him entertain us and vice versa.
Right, no problem with me as well on this matter. Let's go.
Now let me caution you, because no funny tricks. The Lord can predict the future.
Ah, a man after my own heart. I just so happen to be a fortune teller myself, good sir. Good sergeant, even.
It truly is as is told.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry for railroading, but the guards take you under arms. How do you say? And escort you to a rather grandiose looking building. Slightly out of place for such a small town as this. And through stairs and past offices and more offices and clerks in the hallway, a busy building. And let me just adjust the sound. There you go. We have interior. Yeah, let's go with this. And you come to a door.
Now, wait here, while I'll speak to the Lord.
He goes in. And he goes in so quickly that you can't really see in. But soon after, you are escorted in. And
My lord, I present you the ruffians you requested.
a man sits at the desk, currently writing in some books, some very large books, not books you've seen before like that. And as he turns to face you, he gives you a rather sarcastic look. It is the most sarcastic look you've ever seen on a person. He looks you over, and right, arson. No, not arson. What's the word? Burglary, break-in and entry.
Larceny?
Theft, larceny. That's the thing. Associating with known criminals, disturbing the waterways. This does not look good. What have you say for yourself?
Good lord, sir. I mean, larceny? It's such. We're victims. Like all of our
Victims,
stuff.
eh?
Yeah, all of our stuff has been gone. I don't have a penny to my name. I don't even have my items on me anymore.
Good lord, sir. Edmund E. Equus at your service. Allow me to explain. Our association with this criminal is not per se association so much as we've apparently been robbed by the man. My coin, my dagger, all of my my items are missing, as are these fine fellows, and we are simply attempting to find him to take our things back from the fiend. We are against this fellow, and we would prefer he be brought to justice. We are absolutely not in leagues with this dastardly fellow. I say, look at trying to reach for a word beyond my comprehension and failing.
Yes, well, quite. The dastardly fellow you refer to is also known as Billy Goldflower. Also known as William Heinrich Bonney. Also known as Billy the Short, Billy the Halfling, Slippery Bill, and other names.
Slippery Bill sounds like it suits him just fine.
Yes. And at first, he might seem like a likable fellow, a scoundrel of sorts, a rapscallion. But he is, in fact, an utter baboon.
Oh.
He is the largest baboon of Baboonville. Even the baboons will not associate with him. But one thing he is also is very lucky. We have been searching for this fellow, and we have set a trap. And by some sort of stroke of luck, he has managed to set the trap on you instead of on him. And he has now absconded with the Grand Theogenist Reserve.
Oh dear.
A very expensive bottle of wine. Do you know why they call it the Grand Theogenist Reserve?
Did the Grand Theogenist reserve it, perchance?
You are correct.
Ha! I look at the other proudly.
I don't know if you have ever met the Grand Theogenist, but he is not a very likable person if he had not had his drink yet. And he only drinks his reserve. So that's a problem. Now,
Quite indeed.
let me introduce myself. My name is Squire Manfred von Moorhausen. I'm the Commissioner General of the Cooperative Imperial Asset Makers Guild. CIAG for short. And we, besides making acids, also keep track of other things. You will be enlightened later if need be. But for now, just understand that we keep track of where things are, and if you know where things are, where all things are, you can also deduce where they will be. That gives us an advantage of foresight, predicting the future. Now, we have predicted where the Slippery Bill would be,
Unfortunately for us, you were also there, and he lured you into the cellar where we kept the very expensive bottle of Theogenes Reserve.
That cad.
Yeah, we thought it would be safe, but who would look in a cellar full of vinegar for a very expensive bottle of wine? But, as I said, he is very lucky. Which brings me to the following. As a reparation of your unlawful going abouts, I would suggest a service, an IOU, instead of a punishment, because it would happen that I have need of people who would act upon the fringes of the law. To my left, you see a gentleman here. This is Mr. Max Garland. He is a acquirer of things and information. And to my other side, you will see the lady Oldganger. She's an acquirer of people. But their task is to act covertly. And I have need for people who will act a little bit overtly.
Overt is my specialty, sir.
Then I will suggest a contract of sorts.
I look to the others. What say ye?
I mean, I'm down to help the esteemed gentleman from across the table to prove my innocence and get back at that slippery bill, that's for sure.
I look to the other two.
Well, I work as a soldier in my day-to-day life, so this is just but another day's work for me. Nothing too difficult, I might add. It's all in the line of work.
Very well.
What
say you, sir?
Yes, I have been over many things in my life, and I would say I am taller than a halfling. Therefore, I am over him. So, I will be over.
Well, there you have it, my lord. It sounds like we are all on board with your plan. A fine plan, I'm certain. Just explain it to us and what we shall do, and we shall undertake this quest for you.
Well, like I said, Mr. Max here is an acquirer of things and information, and Miss Apollonia acquires people. So you will be assisting them in matters where they need to be undiscovered, but there is action required.
I see.
Acquisition of things. Like I said, our business is knowing where things are, and also we notice when things are out of place, where there are things too many, things where they are there where they shouldn't, things to investigate. And I have some matters for you to investigate. Of course. If you succeed in enlightening the matters at hand, you will also be rewarded, and the color of our coin is gold.
I swallow and widen my eyes. My lord, you offer a fine deal.
My lord, if I may?
Yes.
Although the gold sounds perfectly handsome to me, maybe as a reward I could read your fortune? It's always been a dream of mine to read the nobility's fortune.
I have no need of such things, Otto. I know perfectly well my own fortune. In fact, I know yours. I knew beforehand that you would be where you were. I know who you are. I know Eirich Hammersonson is in fact not what he says he is.
And this is
I
all.
know that Edmund would like to ride a horse.
I'm going to do something
hide my eyes.
that's really stupid right now.
Then how come you did not know that the halfling would escape?
I was
Like
literally
I
about to
said,
do that.
I
The
give
halfling is
I
a
give him an elbow.
baboon. Is a baboon, but he is a lucky baboon.
Well,
Yes.
And he seems to escape our traps every time, even though he in fact is exactly at the predicted place.
Well, I mean, like you say, what is the harm of just a simple telling of a fortune to help in the matters? It is a gift that I possess. I believe Renal bestowed it upon me, and I would love to give the service free of charge if need be.
Maybe at a later time. For now, gentlemen, I will ask you, as a GM, what time are we on?
Are we taking a 5-minute bio? I don't know if
Yeah,
we didn't
I
discuss
am
that,
not,
but now's a good time. It's like just past it's nearly coming up to 2 hours, so
Yep.
or an hour and a half. So see everyone in 5 minutes.
Yep.
5 minutes it is.
Sounds good to me.
Ciao ciao. Howdy doody, folks. We're back. Dun, dun, dun. To you, Jim.
Right, gentlemen. I would like for you to go to the town of Offerveld. It is a small town that, like many towns in this vicinity, produce vinegar. The grapes in this area are not particularly suited to create good wine, a drinkable wine at least. But this town, as of late, has been producing a very high quality wine, which is odd. Not only that, they are producing a large quantity of wine. A quantity so large that the population of said little town would not be able to produce. So things are out of place, things are where they shouldn't be, or things aren't where they should be. Because it is such a small town, stranger would not go unnoticed. That's why my associates here cannot investigate. But you can. So I would like you to go there and find out, well, what's afoot, basically. And you can report your findings, if you find anything, to me, in due notice.
Is that via written letter, carrier pigeon, or shall we just walk back?
The town of Offerveld isn't very far from here. You will find your belongings in that chest over there, just like a proper tutorial quest always has. But the town of Offerveld is only a brisk walk away, about 2 hours, 3 hours.
If we are to find your halfling, what would you have us do?
I would ask you to restrain him, if you would manage that, and basically detain him where he is, and my associates will find you. We have our ways.
Very well. We will go our ways.
And is there anyone in that town of whom you lay your trust, perchance, or anyone that might be an ally there?
As far as we know, it is just an ordinary town. It is a small settlement. A somewhat well-to-do family runs the estate, so to speak, the Blutigkeit family. Perhaps you can also inquire at the boarding house, because the wine and vinegar making business is a seasonal labor business, and the boarding house houses the seasonal laborers.
I see.
Perhaps you could pose as such.
I thank you for the information, my lord.
I trust you will be successful in your endeavors. The signs are good.
Well, if you see the future, then I'm certain that you know in selecting us that you've chosen well.
Ah, you are perceptive.
I nod with a smile.
I kind of like lean over and whisper in Edmund's ear. Nice pretending.
I just give a kind of worried look and try to act like I'm not paying attention to him.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you know what is going to happen, how many of us are going to die on this mission?
The future holds many paths, some of which are slightly more unnatural or favorable. There is a chance you'll not return, or there is a chance that you will return.
Is there any way we can learn these secrets of fortune-telling?
You will not grasp our systems, because we use large quantities of information, We call it big info. And we hand this big info over to certain people who are really good at counting and computing things. So these computers then calculate the big info, and it turns out that things are where they shouldn't, and like I said before, that's where we extrapolate the future to a certain degree.
I see.
Why do you not just ask the gods?
This works better. Who can trust the gods?
I'm gonna go and get my stuff out of the chest.
It's all your
as
stuff
soon as
is
he
there.
says it, as soon as he says you can trust the ghosts, like Otto slightly like flinches, like, oh shit, Ronald, like, don't listen to him, don't listen to him,
Yep.
please.
Yeah, when I see when I see Eirich heading over to the chest, I'm going to come with. Given his past dialogue with me, I would be wary of whether or not my belongings would still be there after he walked away.
Same. Go over, pick up my stuff, re-equip it. However, I do like to ask. I look over the main man himself and ask me, "Excuse me, I do have a very specific question. I'm not quite the type to go into hand-to-hand combat per se. Could we perhaps, or I'm asking for myself here, is it possible to obtain some ranged weaponry?"
I raised my brows as well, and Ivan raised 2 fingers up, and I would also inquire into that as well, whether permanently or even as a loan.
Right, alone.
And I will ideally have an axe blessed by Ulrich, please.
I understand your need for these accoutrements. Maybe Lady Apollonia can help you in this matter, but you will have to take it up with her. I'm very busy at the moment, and I would like you to leave, and she will point you in the right direction if you manage to persuade her, that is, because she's quite stubborn in some ways.
I kind of like look over towards her and like give her that, you know, the wink, like, hey.
You get the coldest stare anyone in the world has ever given you. She kind of basically looks like a token, actually. So let's see if I can get it a little bit bigger. There you go. Eye patch and all. That's her.
Yeah, I'm still. Hey there. Come here often. You know, that kind of like look of, right?
She cocks an eyebrow, tilts her head, and there's this slightest shake. As in,
Of approval?
no, as in, oh dear God.
Right, it seems that this lass is privy to other forms of approachment, so let's just have it direct. Excuse me, Mrs. Is Mrs. the proper honorific?
Let's hope it's a miss.
Well, it's Miss, actually.
Right, Miss. My apologies then, Miss.
I'm a lady, yes.
So,
That's the only lady you get from me.
very well. As we just spoke with your boss here, assuming he is your boss, we would like.
He has left. He had business elsewhere.
We would like to ask you personally if we could have some armaments to aid us in the capturing of this halfling. We wouldn't want him to elude us.
Yes, especially those of the ranged variety, bow, arrow, etc. Whatever you could spare. We know that your lord certainly would like this mission to be successful, and as would we, and we're certain that having such armaments would help us attain those goals for your lord.
I thought
You
we
are
were
asked
going.
to investigate, not to eradicate the entire town.
No, not in the slightest. It's mostly just, security.
Self-defense, if you will.
What if our little halfling has an army? Well, not an army, but a couple of men behind him. I'm not good with the dagger, lass. Well, I may be a soldier. I usually shoot from the sides and aim at people's hearts, if need
Yes.
be.
My dagger is indeed more of a decoration than a weapon, I must sadly admit.
I must admit, I also shoot for the heart, if you catch my drift.
I
Very
suppose.
well. Follow me. I will take you to the armory, and we'll see what is available.
You are most kind, miss.
Many thanks, dear.
Yeah, I would like to know from you what you would like. You can name one item, and we will roll to see what is there.
Short bow, regular size bow.
Okay,
Short
roll a d100.
You want me to do one as well, since I'm
Yeah.
looking for
No,
something?
it is short. Yeah, for all the short bows, roll d100. Well, there appear to be 2 short bows just your size, of a poor quality.
You're-
So, on further inspection, you see that they at least haven't been used in at least a couple of years. They're still good enough to shoot with, but not really worth anything. And you worry that if you string them too strongly, they will break.
Okay.
So, a bow of poor quality. I will add it to your sheet later.
Mm.
Very well.
And roll one of you, Matt. Roll 2d10.
Okay.
This is probably going to be for the arrows.
Yep. Roll a 2, please. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, good enough.
8 arrows. There you go. You have 8 arrows between you.
I just like to say, I'm quite the shot with a bow, so I suggest I take the majority of the arrows.
How about we play rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Yeah.
How do we do this?
Well, just roll a dice.
An opposed gamble.
Yeah.
Is that a
yeah,
thing?
yeah. Do that. A post gamble.
A,
You never get to use gambles, so
Okay.
I want in on this just for the opportunity that maybe I get the arrows, and since I have no bow.
yeah, I'm definitely in on this too.
Yes.
I want to charge people if
Gamble.
if
Is
I
it
can.
challenging?
Yeah, it's just a 0.
Yeah, I suck at gambling, so
So whoever
Yeah.
rolls the highest or the best gets the arrows. Yeah, you roll Shambo and Edmund.
All right.
You win the
Well,
arrows.
Well then, a splendid job. Would you gentlemen be interested in handing me one of those bows, please?
No.
My bow is already falling in love with me. Yeah, no, he's not gonna take you, lass. No.
That's perfectly understandable. I wish you well in clubbing people with your bow, good sir.
Maybe we can discuss this more fairly. Let's say. How's about we have a nice discussion of who gets? How about let's have it fair, huh? Firstly, we get dibs on the arrows. We take a couple of shots, and then we switch. I give my bow, then you give it back to me, and then we trade the bows and arrows. Seemingly, if we don't break anything.
While they're talking, is there a chance I can just take one or two without him noticing?
If you make a stealth roll, sure.
I've got sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, do that. With a plus 20. Well, you grab all you can.
I'm just going to take three arrows.
There you go.
while
While they're arguing, I'm just like,
Oh,
Yeah. while they're all doing that, I want to ask her who her favourite god is.
Who is your favorite god?
Myrmidia, of course.
She likes spears, yes?
Yes, she likes spears, and swords, and fighting, all sorts of things.
Perhaps you have something good for fighting that I could borrow.
Well, roll your dice.
Wow.
We have this stick for you.
It looks a lot like a stick.
Yes, I found it this morning.
It is pointy, at least. Very well. I will use your Myrmidian stick.
You have a improvised weapon.
Okay, I will take my Myrmidian stick.
Who knows?
Hey,
Might be blessed.
It
Hey,
might be-
Eric, that's mighty fine stick you got there.
It is. It is blessed by a goddess.
Wow, that's. I mean, would Renaud like that?
He prefers daggers, I think.
And I just like pull a little dagger out a little bit and back in, like, hey, I'm packing. Like every human in Reichland.
Okay, let's go. Oh, I don't suppose yourself, Miss, or you. What was his name again?
Who?
The monk-looking guy with the cross.
Max, Mr. Garland.
Mr. So you fine, Miss, and you, Mr. Garland. I suppose you wouldn't like your fortune to be read for a small fee, of course.
We do
I'm
not occupy ourselves with matters so trivial.
But I'm pretty good at it. Now, almost 8 out of 10 fortunes I tell actually come to pass, believe it or not.
I bet it works all the time, 60% of the time.
Well, 80% of the time.
Yeah.
Hence 8 out of 10. I can do math.
Not today, thank you.
Okay, maybe over some ale or wine. And he like winks at her again and walks off.
Max grunts.
Well, I guess we're all tally off, I guess. Edmund, about those arrows.
Yes.
How about you give me 2, and after I shoot me 2 arrows, I give you the bow.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you all hear what he says? He is making a promise here.
So you're going to give him 2 of your 5 arrows. That's awfully nice of you.
5. I look down at them. Like,
Yes,
we
that's
all
the
saw that
amount
there were
we
8.
No, there were definitely 5, wasn't there, Eric?
I am only interested in holy weapons today.
See,
There
even
could have
Eric
been
says there were
5,
5.
I am sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess these would be the unholy armaments then. A blessing then, perchance, to bestow them with something much greater. Is anybody here a priest? And I sort of look over and glance towards Eirich.
I am not a priest.
You seem to be in the best mood for it, lad.
I cannot attempt to perform a blessing, but I leave it to the gods to decide.
Well then, I look up towards the sky. God's bless us in our task. Because this thing's all fucked up. And I start walking.
Yeah.
If I do die, I'd like to say I'd like to be buried with all of my stuff. So don't take it.
Remind me again what we are investigating. Good wine, I think.
And would all of your stuff happen to include 3 arrows?
I don't have any arrows on me, good sir. I mean, you had all 5, and you gave Albelheim here 2 of them. 3 of them.
I believe that the Lady Apollonia indicated that there were 8. Are you calling the madam a liar?
I mean, she's missing an eye, but I definitely counted 5.
I see.
Perhaps this was one of them.
And waves his stick.
Perhaps.
He
I
waves
mean,
his stick. Yeah.
That's a pretty long-looking arrow there.
That stick has been in his hand the whole way.
His stick has been in his hand. In his hand. Yeah.
Yep. He's walking around with his stick out. Absolutely.
I am wondering, perhaps in the morning we will wake up and find ourselves in another cellar. Hopefully this one has wine and not vinegar.
you know what? I would very much like that as well.
Gentlemen, while you are squabbling amongst yourselves about the nature of the amount of arrows, you have been walking briskly, and after 2 hours or so, you arrive at the town of Offerveld. By now, you have also realized that you woke in the cellar at an early hour, probably 7:30-ish in the morning, and you haven't eaten anything since.
Oh, I would have been munching on the ration I found on the way.
Probably give him dirty looks, saying, "You're not gonna share, lad."
Oh, I'd share. I'd share like a bit of bread, cheese.
Sausage.
No, that's for me. I've got a balding spot, all right. I need to stay nutritious, so that's gonna grow.
Well, better keep that hair of yours then. We chomp on some food. And you said we are in?
Offerveld, that is the town you are in.
Right, for any difficult names, could I please get them in written form?
Yeah, I will add it to your thing.
This looks small. There are not many places for a halfling to hide. If he is here, probably not.
Stranger things have happened. I mean, Edmund over there can attest to that.
Oh?
Well, I mean, strong gust of wind after you bad-mouthed Renaud.
Well, I'd really much rather we never spoke of that incident again, if you would not mind.
You mean the incident of being stranded in the middle of the river?
That's the one. Especially do not mention that as we head into town, please.
Okay, I will make sure we do not mention. And I say this like really loud, like hoping someone distant can hear.
His face palm.
So
We will make sure no one can hear that you were stranded in the middle of a river.
You are quickly becoming my favorite companion, sir.
So, if I remember, we are here to pick apples and do boring farmyard stuff. That is our story.
I mean, I'm a traveling fortune teller. I'm just going to tell people's fortunes and get information that way.
And I am a herald. I could simply say that I'm here seeking work and some employment from the local family. I could possibly question them. Moreover, I do not believe that I could pass as a common laborer. I don't know if any of you believe that.
Well, the way you look, you certainly stand out, lad.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, you certainly do.
Very
Probably
well.
be a
Thank
target
you.
for somebody.
Sir, what was that?
You'd probably be a target for somebody, so best to keep a low profile, huh?
Oh, if we're here to investigate Billy the Slippery, Bill the Slippery, whatever one of the many names. Slippery Bill, that's it. He would recognize our faces, would he not?
He would indeed do, but do I look like I do makeup?
I'm not suggesting something so feminine, but maybe, let's try to, do our best to not show our faces. So I mean, Edmund, you sound out like a sore thumb.
He is a halfling. He is half the size of us. He is not going to run very far. Now that we are not drunk, you can shoot him with an arrow. Just shoot him in the bottom half so they can ask questions.
Yes.
Perhaps we can just go and ask some questions about the wine.
Well, yes, let's do that.
And if we do see any halflings or what was it he called him? A gnome? Whatever. If we see anyone particularly short of stature, let's be certain that we inspect to ensure that it is he and that we are not simply tackling some poor citizen here.
Well, I definitely keep my eye out for any short people, but
Does that include children? I mean,
I think you'd recognize a halfling or a gnome when you see him. Nothing like our little Eirich here. I give him a pat on the back.
I believe they're uglier than children in general.
I have an idea.
Children,
I'm pretty sure Eric said he was like 6'3", didn't he?
Yes. He's like a big lanky teenager.
I mean, I'm 6'1", and so you're definitely taller.
I would have just quickly run up to Edmund.
Do you still have the bottle?
Actually, I do. I say, not having forgotten that I even kept it, reaching in and pulling it out and holding it out. Did you have need of it?
Yes, please.
Certainly.
Just going to pour the vinegar on the wine, give him the empty bottle back.
You are a rich man in looking for some nice wine. Now go and ask the nice people in town about their wine.
So be it.
Yeah, that is, wow. Like Otto's visibly like surprised that such a good idea came out.
I'm just like shooing Edmund along with my hands at his butt, like go do the thing, go do the thing.
I'll walk a bit ahead of the others. Yeah.
You know what, Abel? You said you were a soldier. Maybe you're like his guard.
I could
Eric pointed
pass off as a guard. Yeah, I could pass off as a guard. They look the part. Yeah, I smell the part too. So we could go side by side.
Very well.
Go.
In the clearing in the middle of the town, sort of a square without officially being a square, there are a lot of children actually, chasing each other with sticks and laughing and running around and just generally being kids.
And as we're slowly approaching towards that thing, we're keeping a low profile, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
How does my stick measure up to theirs?
Your stick is sticking out. It is a thick stick.
Mine is bigger. We will be safe.
A very nice piece of wood.
Yes.
It is a good girth.
It has been blessed by a lady.
Well, off to ahead of you, Your Highness. I shall be behind you.
Indeed. Let us move forward. And so the only people that we see right now are the children up ahead?
Yep.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll approach the children at a fair distance, not wanting any... If there's any parents around, not wanting to think I'm trying to run up and take their kids or anything.
Hello, I have come to take your children.
Salutations, children. And I offer a little wave.
He talks funny.
And just glancing over them, none of them look to be a halfling or gnome in disguise, do they?
Make a perception roll.
Sure.
Probably as I would
Easy.
be on the lookout. Probably as I would be on the lookout as well. Should I also do it?
They're kids, yeah.
Whew. I look relieved.
Yeah,
our cover's not blown. Yes, and I hold out my bottle, knowing that the little jerks probably can't read. Yes, I happen to find myself out of wine, and I hear that this town has a splendid production. To whom might I turn in search of fine wine, something to truly quench my thirst, to quaff what ails me?
What, you what? You use funny words, mate.
I turn to my companion. Perhaps you could speak to these little cretins.
Right. Where are your parents, little ones?
Oh, my mum and dad over there at the farm.
Right, let's head over to the farm then. Now you speaking with these kids. Yeah, now you be nice, eh? Don't
Yes,
do
sir. Yes, sir. Cat,
right.
you're it.
I appreciate
look.
your
I am the funny man with the funny words. And you hear lots of laughter.
I appreciate your translations, Mr. Goldschmied. It greatly assists when dealing with, well, people of that sort. Please accompany me further, and we'll go ahead
Right.
and head towards the farm.
They pointed towards the house on the right.
Oh, sorry, the house on the right then.
Yep.
There you go.
That's the house, yeah.
That's the house on the right.
All right, we'll just take a quick inspection of it, just make sure nothing looks out of sorts.
Yep. It's just an average farmhouse. You don't really have to roll. Unless you really want to roll an 88. It's always a fun number.
Casual stick intimidation to the kids as I walk past.
They mimic your actions and laugh.
Big stick energy.
I see. Try to look around if there's.
That is almost a corruption point.
Try to look around.
Almost.
Try to find if I could see any of their parents. However, if not, to just yell out, "Hello, is anybody here?"
You
Yeah, I'll
hear
glance
some
around the yard.
you hear some noises from the back of the house.
Yeah, I'll,
Edmund, sir, after ye.
I thank you. Let's go. And we'll go ahead and we'll proceed, I guess, around the side of the house. A slow gait. Not attempting like we're raiding them.
You see a group of people busy doing farm work, but mostly mending things. They seem to be mending tools and mending some buckets. There's a middle-aged man, well, for Warhammer terms, middle-aged, so that's about 30. And woman, 2 teens, young teens, two boys, a young teen girl, seaming, seamstress, sewing, that's the word. Why do you call it seamstress if she sews? And 2 little boys ran with you from the group of children. Mark, Dad, there's a funny talking man here. And a ancient-looking woman. In your eyes, ancient-looking woman. Fairly large family group. They seem to be communally doing the season's work of the day.
Greetings, I entreat them.
Well, hello there.
Ah, how are you this fine day?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Quite well indeed. I've heard from neighboring towns that this is a fine place to find fine drink. Are the rumors true?
Well, yes, sir. We produce some fine wine named after our estate manager, Mr. Blutigkeit. No lord, mind you, but, well, lordly.
Well, yes, they can all be lords in our eyes, but certainly. And might I ask? I had heard that wine was difficult to come by in this region. By what fortune has this fine little burg managed to muster such a crop to be able to create wine?
Just a minute. Yes, well, we are fortunate enough to have a mystic of ours. He performs the
mystic?
Yes, he performs the rituals of the gods. We are a little bit off, as you see, and well, off the grid, as you see, and we have no temples here, and our mystic, well, he communicates with the gods, and we are so lucky to have him. I mean, since he's been here, everything has come up for us, and the quality of the soil has improved, the quality of the grapes has improved, and we were able to produce a quality wine, and even in great quantity as well.
I am so pleased to hear of your great fortune. Um, and might I ask, just to reiterate, I am simply here for wine, but you've piqued my interest. So might I ask, uh, this mystic, what is this mystic's name, and where might I find this curious person?
Oh, well, and just as he is about to speak, his wife jabs him in the side.
Oi! You know better not to talk to strangers like that. Think you can come from it? Who knows who these guys are?
Do I appear strange, I ask?
Well, you certainly talk funny.
The kids laugh again.
I give the kids a dirty look.
Yeah, also give them a smug look.
Yep. Meanwhile, just a second. Mm, what should we roll for that? Mr. Fortune Teller,
Mm-hmm.
roll a willpower test.
Challenging, average.
Average. There you go. You see something is slightly off, but you can't really make out what. But can you describe, so as the viewers know what we're talking about, what it is you see?
So as they're all talking, and they mention a mist, I just kind of like take a little step back so I can get a better view, well, as wide of a view as a village or town as I can. And I kind of like just close my eyes, and I begin to perceive the winds of magic. And all I'm really looking for is like if the winds are gathering like in a certain place. So anything that would seem off more than usual.
It seems a bit out of balance, but you can't really put your finger on it.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
As he stepped back, I just want to, for the gentleman that presumably still stood there,
I would like to ask how tall your mystic is. Would you say about...
I'm going to put my hand at like the 6 foot mark and just gradually go down with my hand.
About...
I'll do like the up and down motion with the hand, waiting for an answer.
Well, yes. Well, that seems about right. So, I don't know how large it is. It's up to you.
Like, is he halfling sized?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's short.
Looks like a good handle for an axe, actually. You might want to take it over to Mr. Adler.
Oh, with the stick.
Yes, you can turn it into a fine axe.
Oh. Well, where would I find Mr. Axe?
At the workhouse, of course.
Is he a priest or some mighty warrior?
No. He's the Cooper.
Oh, well. That will be close enough, I suppose.
Now, cheerio. Or was there anything else you wanted to ask?
I walk off.
His wife, of the old lady, I mean, gives you an evil stare. Rangers.
I'm gonna follow Eric.
Well, we bid you adieu, madam. No, we didn't mean to trouble you. We're just inquisitive is all. As I said, simply looking into fine wine. Someone in the realm of nobles such as myself tends to be intrigued by a fine drink. But
Well,
we take our leave.
go to the boarding house then.
Very, very well. We shall inspect it as well, madam. I thank you for your time. Come now, good sir, I say to my companion.
I will walk over, and sort of mumble. Didn't we say we're supposed to be low profile? Telling them we're a noble wasn't. Well, I mean, your clothing, but.
We were supposed to be over, and the ground is down there, and we are over it.
Aha, so we are overt.
Yes,
That we are. He did say he wanted us to be overt.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Come on then, let us move.
Yes, that's.
And
On
after
with
all,
it then.
who would suspect us of having dealings with that fellow back in the other town if we're so overt and he's so covert?
So I was given directions to was it a Cooper?
Yeah, a Cooper. It's the house on the left. There
Okay.
should be a token hovering over it.
Okay,
Yep.
don't split the party, but Eric's.
Yeah, we're. I
Dead
think
loader.
everybody's going there.
Yep.
As we're passing through town, I'm going to try to just like collar any like adult people and try to sell my fortune telling to them just to make a little bit extra coin.
Well, all you see is kids, really. The adults seem to be busy, maybe, or inside at least. But on the open square, or the little foliage shrubbery, there is just the kids. And as you, yep, go ahead.
Sorry, just before we reach the house, I'm going to pull the party aside quickly and somewhere where we can't be overheard. I say, guys, I got something to tell you. Listen, I don't want you to freak out, okay? But I kind of have this thing that lets me see, like, I don't know, it's how to describe it. It's like I can see the powers in the world flow? Question mark. That's the best way I could probably describe it. And
Mr. Klein, we're not going to be, well, inclined to give you any coin, sir.
No.
Don't-
I mean, I've heard of it once. It's the thing that wizards use to cast their magics. I can see that.
Keep your voice even further down, good sir.
I am whispering.
Excuse me, I need to have a word with Appelheim. It is about the Norderlander thing.
But just very quickly, before you go, the whatever it is, it's a bit off at this place. I suggest we do tread carefully, especially seeing as this mystic guy is, seems to be able to wield it.
I give him a nod as I just drag Abelheim away like, I don't know, 6 yards.
I give a thumbs up.
I nod a little, but I look like I almost didn't even hear it because I'm just kind of stuck on what he just said about being able to sense these unnatural things.
I am wondering if we ever come across a witch hunter. Perhaps we should feed him to him.
Well, look. Let's just try not to, cause any problems any further for us.
I have only just found myself in being blackmailed into working for a noble. I do not want to be blackmailed into working for a witch hunter as well.
Good point.
If we
Shake
meet
on
a
it.
witch hunter, perhaps we say that we are witch hunters and we have come here in order to find this witch. And we will burn him together.
I don't know if that would be the best idea.
You're not in this conversation. Go away. Go away. This is for Norderlanders. Sure. You are not from Norderland.
I cross my arms, turn around.
We are in
Well,
agreement then.
If it need come to that, if our lives are in danger, then well, I guess we're gonna be snitches.
But he
But
did not
hopefully-
look like a witch. Do you think he is a witch?
I sort of look about towards Otto, scan him about, just go back and say, well, he might be. Look, I have no experience. I do not want to judge him. Is he a witch? If he really tries to corrupt us in any way, then I guess we're in danger. But for now, I guess we're good. Won't you agree to that?
I suppose. I was in the water and I was not floating, and he pulled me out of the water. Therefore, perhaps he floats. We should be careful.
Very well then. Careful.
I'll step back, looking shady.
Yeah, and I was mistaken. I was under the impression that we could hear them, so I apologize for that.
We have agreed you are not a witch,
Is
Thank
that what you were
you.
discussing?
but you probably float.
I mean,
Don't try any funny business with us, lad.
Oh God, no! All I can do is just see it. It's weird. It just happened one day. I was out drinking, usual bender. Then next morning, boom! I could see it just like that. I don't know.
I don't believe that the witch hunters will care how you came about such abilities. All they will care is that you are capable of doing such, and that your head be removed from your body and your parts burned.
Obviously, but I mean, you seem decent guys, and
Thank you.
the Lord was talking about we may or may not die, and I prefer the not dying. I mean,
Well,
I could have easily kept it to myself and let you guys walk into danger.
Oh no, yes, please do not misunderstand. I appreciate you sharing this secret with us. I simply ask that we all keep this under wraps.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, agreed. Yes, but no. I mean, I float because I don't want to drown. I mean, I
No.
use my arms.
No,
but if-
he floats because he is clearly not evil and not worth turning into the witch hunters. You are correct, Mr. Hammersonson.
I am satisfied, and so is my stick.
Well, I mean, let's go put a nice axe head on your stick. Yes.
Indeed.
Perhaps. I wonder if Mermidia will be upset if I desecrate her stick.
I'm sure she will, not care. Let's go.
As you approach this house, you will hear noises coming from inside that point to someone doing some carpentry work, hammering on stuff and woodworking sounds. Inside, there's a workshop and the doors are open, so you can see inside. And inside you see a rather tall, very blonde, very handsome, bare-chested man. Indeed, woodworking on what seems like a barrel. Seems to become a barrel, like the. Well, I know all the Dutch words for it, but I'm afraid I don't know the English words. But barrel stuff, just beside him, which you hadn't noticed from outside the distance, but coming closer, you can see he's accompanied by a dwarf, a beardless dwarf, no less, who is smoking a pipe and seems to judge or, otherwise evaluate the handsome man's work. And nod slightly, give some instructions or suggestions.
Perhaps you should do the talking.
Points to one of the other three.
Right, well, I'm the most rough-looking, so I shall sit this one out.
I certainly could, but I would need to know what our game here is precisely.
We want to put an axe head on his stick.
Ask about the wine first.
Yeah, that's.
And then
Yes, yes,
maybe an axe head on the
Hey,
stick.
I mean, isn't he sort of halfling sized?
he is sort of rotund, a little bit tall for Oh, he's coming a little closer.
Oh, I'm just nudging
Oh,
him.
okay. All right.
Oh my god, he's approaching us.
Yeah, we weren't talking about you. No. Yes. I don't know if that's a halfling or not. He's a bit chubbier than most halflings that we see.
I mean, you should go. You're the one with the empty wine bottle, after all. And the kids, like, it'd be a bit weird if we took it in turn. So, I mean, you're the noble, quote unquote, right?
Indeed, and I'm going as I'm talking, I'm going to peel the label off the bottle on the off chance that anyone sees this and can read, because I don't want them to know this is a vinegar bottle. So I just peel the label off.
Also, be honest, guys. Be honest with me, guys. Is he better looking than me? And I'll like put my hair back and strike a good pose.
Thinking back on the arrow situation, I say, you know what? I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, so I won't say a word.
And I don't care, so.
I would have to see you side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I will approach the barrel maker and salutations, sir.
Oh, good day. I didn't see you there.
Yes, we did not mean to sneak up upon you. I come here with my traveling companions, but well, my employees really. They keep me safe on the roads. You know how it can be.
Very wise.
Yes, thank you. I happen to come in search of fine beverages, wine even. I hear there are excellent beverages here, and I come asking to whom we might inquire, seeking these beverages.
Well, you certainly at the right place if you want some fine wine. Mr. Blutigkeit, he runs the estate. That's the large house over there. I'm sure if you introduce yourselves there, they will help you further.
Excellent. And I had heard. Now, mind you, these are rumors. I don't want to seem silly for asking. I had heard that this town sports some sort of a mystic, someone with who's helped the town's fortune. What do you know about that person, or do they even exist?
Oh, you mean Joe? Yes, he does all the rituals for us.
Joe. What a simple name for such an exquisite man.
Oh yeah, Joe the
and-
Mystic.
Joe the Mystic. That is a splendid name. It makes sense calling the mystic name Joe the Mystic. It's simple, but it works. And do you know, just in case I still have time before we depart, where might we find him? Does he take residence nearby?
Oh, he's about.
Very well. And one last thing. One of my men, he's come upon a very fine stick, and he's curious about potentially having maybe an axe head put upon it for usage as a finer weapon in protecting me.
Sorry, I missed that.
I'll step forwards, presenting my stick.
Yes, kindly, my employer has agreed to place an axe head upon my stick in exchange for saving his life.
Ooh, that is a good stick you have there. You might put somebody's eye out with it.
It has been blessed, so I believe.
It is blessed. Oh, truly magnificent stick.
Perhaps not by a priestess, but perhaps.
What do you make it of it, Oddi? He turns to the dwarf. Aye, it's a mighty fine-looking stick you got there, laddie. Let me take a look at it. Seems turned on a nice turntable. Well, pretty good for ungi work. Where did you get this?
I was given it by a follower of Mamidia.
Oh, one of your ungi gods, eh? Well, certainly stands out as a stick school. It's like the stick of sticks. Pretty good. Yeah, we can make an axe hat for it. Might have some lying around in the workshop even. He gives you a sneaky look. It's kind of obvious, but he does it when the handsome man is not looking. So that's something to notice.
Okay.
Yeah. Just I've got a workhouse over there. Why don't you come with me? And I'll see you later. I'll come back and help you with the battles. Maybe we can improve some. And I'll catch you later, Detlef. Yes, sure. I'll catch you later.
With the sneaky look when the other guy wasn't looking, what's my reading into that?
You think...
I rolled it as challenging, so...
No, even with a -2, because it was quite overtly. He's like gesturing from come with me because... something, apparently. So, I don't know if you do follow him, but...
I would like to ask more about sticks.
Lured you in with an axe head.
I stopped measuring myself up to this guy and follow the party.
I have no idea if I'm dragging anyone else with me. I'm just like, I'm following this guy about sticks.
Did it seem like they wanted to be alone?
He just gestures to everybody to follow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if he gestures for us all to follow, then yeah. I'll
Yeah. Everybody's coming with.
Yeah. Her name's Otterum. Oddir, for short. Otterum Fortune. You can see why they call me Fortune, because, well, you can see my chin, and I didn't have a beard. But, yeah, anyway, this is my shop. Let's get inside. Less eyes to pry. And, urges you, inside is a little shed. It's some tools and workbench and stuff. Do you go inside?
Sure. This guy knows about sticks, so...
Yep.
All right.
He closes the door behind you. And he says, "Now look here. They don't take kindly to strangers. They might seem all friendly like, but something's really, really wrong here. I don't know what, but it's something about that mystic, strange fella. You might have guessed already, but yeah, something weird going on here. Anyway, they've been doing some mumbo-jumbo rituals, and, well, me being a dwarf, they don't want me around. But you being hungry, well, that's a whole different thing. So, just be warned. I wouldn't go about your business here and then make your way as fast as possible.
I'm lost in thought right now, visibly.
Anyway,
I just like nudge the party. It's like, hey, I fucking told you so. Told you so.
let me see about that stick. Let's see. Ooh, that's high. Yeah, this will do. Yeah, let's just sharpen it here. Let's shave a little bit off there. And there, put a nail in it. There you go. That's a mighty fine axe. Even a dwarf would be proud to handle it. You now have a very, very fine axe, actually.
Nice.
What?
This is particularly impressive. Tell me,
the highest possible roll, so.
what did happen to your beard?
Well, they call me Fortune, you know. It's not because I got 4 chins, but because I went, well, too close to the forge and birds singed all my hair. So.
Well, Mr. Fortune, I believe it is a custom to for you to name me the axe.
Oh, yeah, good custom it is. You're an only. You strike me as men from up north.
I am from a Norderland.
Yeah, what you plan to do with this axe? You just cut the woods, or what?
I would like to axe things with it.
Axe things,
I'm not sure yet. Maybe a halfling.
What about half splitter?
Half splitter. Sure. I can split all sorts of things in half.
Yeah. It's a good name for an axe. Half splitter.
Half splitter.
Yeah. Mind you, do want some compensation for the axe head.
Indeed, my lord has graciously agreed to pay.
Yes. And how much might that be? I ask, very clearly looking pained.
Well, let's see. There's materials and, of course, labor and circumstance. Where is the... there we go. Choop, choop. Let's say, let's make it 10 shillings.
And I'm not. How much is that? I don't know.
10 shillings is...
Is it the
That's
silver?
silver, isn't it?
Yeah, the 10 shillings is 10 silver. So,
Okay. Yeah,
if you go to your sheet, you can see the little thingy there.
Yep. Okay, so I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with the setting. What does one
So
do if
that's-
one does not have sufficient funds?
You haggle.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, he is just a servant, an employee, and I mean, he says it's blessed by a goddess, but is it really though? I mean, did your dwarven eyes see goddess work in that wood? I don't
Look,
think it's quite like
Laddie,
that.
I don't care about the stick. I care about my axe head and the labor.
I see. Well, and you did warn us that something strange is going on here. What
Yeah.
if? And I look at my compatriots as though asking them silently for me if I should proceed.
I mean, if you knock a little bit off the price, I'll read your fortune for free. I'm pretty good at it. 8 out of 10 times I'm right.
Then I work with dwarves, eh?
I mean, you never know.
I was thinking perhaps we could simply poke around and perhaps split some of the problems in the town in half. We have been told to be overt.
That's a good idea.
Indeed, you see, sir, we may have been under the guise of simply being here for wine, but we do like a touch of adventure, you see, and you've told us that there is something peculiar going on, and mayhaps we could look around and make use of your fine axemanship, your blacksmithing, to use it to mayhaps intimidate someone who is causing problems around here. We could settle any issues in the area and make it safe for you and for your customers for future business.
Well, things are pretty safe as they are. They're just weird.
Well, we can make it unweird.
Yes, far less weird and far safer.
Oh yeah. So, what do you suggest? What's your price?
What would be so low that I could ask that wouldn't be like an insult?
Roll a haggle. Do you have haggle?
I have haggle. I will haggle with them.
Sure.
Yeah, if he
haggle.
wants to. Yeah. If he steps forward, makes it
Challenging, average.
It is an opposed test, so just flat out.
Challenge and haggle.
Haggle
Oh, shit.
is chicka.
Oh, shit.
Why did that?
Ooh.
Wow, that's really good.
One brass penny.
Hello, ship, and he rolls probably really bad. All right, you talked me into it.
See, there we go, fortune. Like, mi casa, su casa. You scratch my back, I scratch your
All
back.
right, cool. I was trying to up the price a bit anyway, so let's give me 3 shillings and we'll settle it.
That's a very fair price, good dwarf, and I will
Yes.
go ahead and pay him the money and deduct that from my
Yep.
trappings.
When I have earned myself some fortune, I will come back and repay you, Master Dwarf.
Yeah.
And should the witch hunters come, I will tell them that you had no part in whatever strange things are happening here.
Yeah. I hope so.
If they come, my colleague is perhaps speaking a bit out of turn. We're still investigating. We don't want to get you too concerned.
Sorry. What? I was just looking
Sorry.
at some notes.
He's just saying, don't worry. May not be witch
Yep.
hunters.
Ah, good.
Perhaps we should go and split some hairs with the Lord.
That sounds fair.
I've got
What's
my
it?
like Chad boner going on now with my cool axe. I'm like, yeah, let's go hit something with it. Just in Erich's postures, like, oh my god, we've got to axe someone quick or something.
Come on, let us go.
Calm down. There will be a time for it. But yes, let's go. I thank you so much for your time, good dwarf. Thank you, Mr. Forge Chin.
Yeah, well, just beware.
We shall, and a pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure's all mine.
I will name one of my many children after you, Fortune.
It's a good name.
Yes.
And as we depart, I will kind of murmur over to Hammersonson. Mind you, I did just pay for that service. I would appreciate it if you would compensate me at a later date when you happen upon said coin, good sir.
Trust me, Ronald will pay you back in full. I have already seen to it.
I see. I say, and I look a little disappointed, like I'm probably never going to see that money again. I think we head out.
Maybe we should, try to find this mystic fellow as our priority.
Before we see the noble sorts.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's at that big house that lesser attractive looking man than me said.
I'll just take the back end of the axe, my axe stick, to the children and do like the on guard motion.
Where is your mystic? Please.
Oh, you mean old Joe?
Yes.
Well, and while they are talking to you, they suddenly, their faces go sort of blank, and they stand up straight. And in unison, they all turn and start to walk slowly in a certain direction. And from the houses around you, you see the other townspeople, also blank faces, void stares, shuffling, all in the same direction.
As this is
towards the
happening,
woods.
can I use my second sight again to see?
Yeah, roll a willpower.
And so there's no noticeable, like there's no sound like a bell ringing or anyone
Nope.
calling or anything.
Just out of the blue.
Challenging.
Yeah, challenging.
I look to my peers and I say, I do believe this is the creepiest thing I have ever seen in my life, gents.
You just see Otto do his weird closing his eyes thing again, like we did with the fortune teller.
Yeah, you can't really see, but that in itself is weird because you feel that there's something. You feel some pulling in your brain, but you don't really see anything with the winds. But you experience some pulling in your brain.
Yeah.
Mr. Klein, any with your particular venue of talents that you've informed us of? Any
Um,
information for us?
I mean, I should be able to see it, but there's nothing. But something's calling me towards. I think the way these people are walking. So I suggest we blend in as they're moving towards. As he's saying, is he's kind of like trying to like shuffle in and like step in unison with the villagers as they're walking. You know what I mean? Like we're under the, and he like air quotes the influence of whatever is
A
happening.
bit of acting, if you will. I see, and I
Yes,
smile. And
something you seem to be very good at.
Indeed, and I quickly shuffle over and then begin the slow shuffle and try to act very calm and dead-faced.
Can I
From
do
behind
a?
the-
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Can I do a stealth urban to like get ahead of the queue, if as it were, or something just to like weave in them a little bit and be like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Even if you bump into them, they don't seem to notice.
Okay, so I would just give up on being stealthy pretty quick and just be like, "Okay, I'm going ahead wherever you're going. I want to get there first."
And behind you, you hear Oddie. I told you they'll wait. And the column of weird, sort of hypnotized people moves in that direction.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like put myself in like the middle of them and step within like unison with them, just to like blend it.
Yep.
I sit at the back. I'm mostly just keeping an eye out.
I'm just keeping shuffling in line with them.
Okay. Let's have some fitting sounds to go with this strange occurrence. The people move in unison, also almost as if marching to an unheard beat. Anybody has ever seen the undead? They seem like zombies, actually. It's not very far. They move into the woods, avoiding obstacles on the way, so they have some awareness still. And as they move, the sky turns, the signature thing in Roll Corruption, the sky turns dark. Well, that's a little bit too dark, but almost so dark as you can't see. They move into the woods, and up ahead you seem to notice a shimmering light. And I just have the right one. And there we go. As you approach the light, you see that is a rocky formation in the woods. And there is a fissure of sorts. And out of this fissure there are emanating smoke of sorts, of gases. And a vague green glow emanating from it, illuminating the surroundings. And in the middle, smack in the middle, stands a strange-looking figure. Currently with a similar vacant look on his face as the other people, but he's also chanting in a very strange language. And I would like for you to all make a endurance test. I mean a cool test. A average cool test.
I will do a fortune.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm super cool.
Them Chad rolls.
Nope. So you take 2 corruption points.
Okay, let me go on my sheet.
Yep.
What's that under?
Main. It should be in the main tab somewhere.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Done.
The people there do not seem to notice you, nor does the central figure seem to notice you.
I assume
We're pretty
we're
much
close to each other.
blending in.
Hello. Hey, psst. Alpaheim.
Yeah.
That is a proper witch.
How do you reckon that's a proper witch?
Because everybody around him is acting weird.
Did you want me to do my weird thing?
Do anything you like at this point.
You are not a witch. We are not acting weird. He is definitely a witch.
I'm going to do second sight again to see if he's the reason why these people are like this, which is probably very evident anyway, but I just want to reaffirm.
Yep. What would you roll for that?
Willpower again, I guess?
Yep. Sure.
If average, because I'm so close to it?
Easy, even.
Oh, good.
Yeah, something is really, really disturbed here. It's coming from below. Well, I'll let you describe what you see.
Okay. If it says it's coming from below, it'd be the case of like a mini sort of like geisha, where the water spouts out, but instead of water, it's the winds of magic that's just sort of like spouting out from underneath, and it's like just going up and into the air and causing a sort of like a concave around this area.
Yeah, and I will add that from that swirling mass of foul magic, you see sort of tentacles reaching into the heads of these villagers.
And I will just like audibly going, "Oh, that's not good."
What's not good?
What is not good?
The best way I can describe it is there's an invisible force that is latched onto these people, and it is definitely evil.
I wonder if I can cut it with my axe.
Probably not, but I would suggest you go cut that person who seems to be controlling it.
I would second that suggestion, actually.
I'm gonna unhook my bow and notch an arrow.
Is it the person that is controlling it, or is he being controlled?
I don't know. I mean, would I have ascertained if he's controlling this?
Let's see, +3. Well, there's also a magic tentacle going into his head, but it also seems like he's sort of a conduit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's like, I'll describe that supplies. Like, he's got one as well, but I mean, he seems to be the reason this is happening and being allowed. So, I mean, and yes, Edmund, I'm sorry, I did take a couple of arrows, but it's for good use, yes. And I'm just gonna notch an arrow and make ready.
Forgive us for now, given the circumstances.
I'll give you whatever pennies you need.
While, sort of we're getting ready for this, does it seem that something has noticed us around us, or is anything
for now,
sort of off?
the place where you are, at the fringe, so to speak, they do not seem to notice you. You're free to move, by the way. It's not an actual battle map, but it's just a representation.
I would suggest perhaps that you shoot him with your bow. I'm going to go hide around the trees. If you do get caught, I do not want to be associated.
Right. I knock an arrow as well, get the bow ready.
I do as well.
And let's say, Goldsmead, despite our prior discussion, and don't get it in your head that these are permanently yours, but I will loan you these arrows just for this particular encounter, because you might happen to need them, and I might happen to need you to have them, such that I do not perish. And so I'm going to hand him the rest of the arrows for now.
My
Could
thanks,
I
your
have-
lordship.
So he'll have
Could,
5.
could
As
I
you
have
prepare
another to make it
yourselves?
even?
Hmm?
Could I have one extra? You have 4, I have 4. I mean, it's-
Negotiating arrows.
I give him an arrow. Let me lower it.
Thank you.
As you are preparing yourselves and negotiating the arrows, the chanting of the central figure becomes a little bit louder and reaches a crescendo. And 2 villagers appear from around the rocky outstanding of the fissure, carrying a barrel. And the villagers form sort of a line in front of the barrel, and one by one they pass the central figure. Yeah, just villagers. They pass the central figure, the adults, but also the children, even the babes that some of the women carry. And one by one they are drained of a little blood. You might guess up to a pint even. The blood is collected in the barrel, and there are about 20 villagers. Surely not enough to fill the barrel with blood, but you can make out even in the dark that the barrel is indeed full.
In this case, like, this is all happening, like, I immediately suggest, okay, I think I've seen enough.
Yeah, let's shoot him. I suggest we shoot him now.
Just a moment though before we do. He isn't. Although what he is doing is something that witch hunters would gladly put him down for.
I mean,
do we need to?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of evident, blood and magic and the shit I've seen.
Yes.
I'm going to shoot him.
Well, but what if just a moment? These villagers, he seems to be, they're under his spell. What if he can make them attack us as well? We will be horribly outnumbered.
Then I suggest we shoot him before he manages to do that.
I don't know if that's the best plan.
I might agree on this one, but shooting him first and then asking questions later would be wiser, but
he isn't killing anyone.
Right. Exactly.
What would we be doing if we stopped him now? What would we be saving? Why not just send a witch hunter later, or get the Lord to send more men?
I tell you what, if you have a witch hunter in that pretty little pocket of yours, Edmund, I'd be glad for you to pull him out. But right now, I'm going to go shoot this person, and I'm going to aim at the central figure and loose an arrow.
Yeah, make a roll, target, and make a roll.
I just mutter to myself, "Damn it, Klein."
As I let it loose, I said, "Renald, please look over." So yeah, so ranged bow challenging, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is going to do something.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
His name's John.
Yeah, just read that.
Wow. Okay.
Do
You
I
use
one-shot him?
the arrow, and it flies straight as an arrow, in fact, right at the at Joe's head. But just millimeters from when it would hit his head, he snatches the arrow. He basically just grabs it. He grabs it and holds it there, just a hair from his head.
Okay.
Slowly drops his hand, drops the arrow, and
basically just continues with the ritual.
Oh, this is not good. Can we still go with my plan?
Eirich, now.
Sure. You want Eirich to come charging out of a bush.
I don't know. He's panicking. He saw that arrow go straight towards him, thinking no one's like he hasn't been seen, and he just goes, yeah, like my guy's just panicking now, and he knows you have a nice fancy axe.
We're not being attacked. We can still leave.
Yeah. On one hand, this upsets Renaud because it's unnecessary violence, but also it's kind of a heretic, so that's more of a Sigmar thing to deal with that. But I think Ulrich would be pretty impressed. I think Eirich would be happy to just basically leap out of the woods with his axe.
Abelheim, if we shoot him together at the same time, he can't catch both, correct?
Correct. On 3.
Okay. On 3 or 3 then shoot.
Just count to 3 and shoot.
Okay.
I'm just squinting and wincing with all my might.
Let's see here. Okay, so we roll against him again, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Natural and tackle, I press on short bow, right?
Yeah, in the combat tab, just short bow.
Challenging +0. Boop.
Yeah.
That's one dedicated winemaker.
Well,
Miss.
your shot misses.
Ooh, I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, right. We have rerolls.
Yeah.
Kind of difficult to get used to the notion. I'll reroll as well.
Oh, worse.
How do I use a reroll?
Yeah. Go to your roll where you rolled before.
And
It
just
should be
fortune point.
Yeah.
Standard.
It was a very crappy bow, so we will now.
Twang.
Oh shit! Sorry. sorry.
Well, just delete that. I was going to say you can use a corruption point to reroll that horrible 99.
No.
No.
Good.
Fumble. Fumble. Press it.
Okay, -10 to the next attack
Okay.
roll.
So it almost breaks, but you manage at the last moment to loosen it a bit, but it falls out of your hand, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Eirich, you want to do something?
Yeah, I have a very brief conversation with me and my dagger and my axe to be.
If I kill him with you, then perhaps that is for Renaud.
Looking at my dagger.
Whereas if I kill him with you, perhaps then Ulrich will be placed with me. Maybe Myrmidia, but maybe we have desecrated her stick. I am not sure.
So he's going to roll a. He's going to try just a 50 plus. He's going to use the axe. Okay, axe. He's going to just charge out and just jump at this thing and try and hit it with an axe in a teenage Chad moment.
Yeah. It basically count as helpless. So it will be like a +40 or something.
Okay. If I just give myself a hand weapon, does the axe count as?
I given you the half splitter. It should be there.
Oh, you gave me a half splitter. Oh, sweet. I got a half splitter. Okay. And what did you say? Helpless.
Yeah. So plus everything.
Plus everything and charging.
Yeah. Target him. He will dodge, by the way. You didn't target. Ah.
I'm the worst player in the world. I don't even know how to target. Oh, do I double click?
Double right click.
Right click.
Okay, I'll roll it again with a target this time, because I know that just makes life easier for you.
Yep.
Is there any
46 out of 102?
Helpless?
Because he is charging from behind, and he's like oblivious to things going on around him. But the human part of him. But he does get a special dodge. which he makes. So there we go. Choop, choop, choop. Chunk. How is he doing? You whack him good, and the chanting somewhat stops. And as you hit him, he slowly turns around, and there's a flicker in his eyes of surprise, and he seems a different person. And just before you can form the word "what," his blank stare is back again, and there's a slow motion, but surely a directed motion, and he actually attacks you with just a blow of his fist, but still an attack. Where is it?
Sure.
Oh, there it is.
In response, I will dodge.
I'm assuming that's to advantage.
And I will reroll. Because that sucks.
That
It
was
said you
a
won.
fucking D100, because that's what GMs do.
It said you won the first time.
Did
Yeah,
I
you
win?
won.
Oh, fuck it, I won.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, I wouldn't have rerolled then.
Yeah. So, no problem. We'll just.
I just saw a
this-
minus and
there you go.
panicked. Just, yeah. Okay. It's really hard work being a player, guys. It's really stressful, okay?
Yeah, the there's a stir amongst the people. It's very slow, but they seem to be. There was a shock when you hit them, and now they're zombified again. But there seems to be like an action, as if something is pulling them, but it's struggling. You can have another go.
Maybe we should just knock him out.
That seems reasonable.
I throw the bow to Edmund and the 2 arrows I have left.
I'll take them.
I'm gonna just run up with my dagger and hit him with the pommel of the dagger on the head. Well, aim for the head at least.
I'll just ready the short bow just in
Yeah,
case
same.
things turn violent toward me.
At this point, I'd be somewhere upstairs, probably having a better footing.
Yeah, same here. Basically,
So,
mine's
I click on dagger, correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So dagger. Is this challenging?
And in the dialogue, there should also be a hit, a charge thing. You can tick, yep.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit him with the pommel of the dagger to just like knock him out.
Yep.
Essentially.
Okay, yep.
Oh my God.
Well, let's see how he does. Basically, he gets a dodge. Wow. So he still won. So you could reroll.
Do we get fortunes and all that? Does that like replenish?
Yeah, every session.
Okay, then I will reroll it.
There you go. You knock him out. I mean, you said you were going to pull your blows, so
Yeah.
you knock him on the head, and let's see if he actually goes out. Yeah, he's out. He's stone cold.
an excellent hit, Mr. Klein.
Yeah, I
exclaim.
just like run, jump, and just like kunk, like
And
right in the center of the top of the head.
as you do that, you hear just like more inside of your brain than actually in your hearing. You hear sort of an angry scream or growl or hissing noise. And as this figure falls to the ground unconscious, there's again a stir in the townsfolk, and you hear a murmuring around you as people awaken in a place they do not expect to be at, with bleeding arms and hands and stuff. Even the children. Children start crying. Mommy!
Right, everyone, get out of here. Do we have rope to tie up this guy?
Yes, children, make haste away.
Did you bring any rope?
I don't know. I kind of leapt into action without thinking.
Question from my perspective of hitting him. Did I get the impression that he reacted as like a person and then was taken over by something, or is it like...
Yep.
Okay.
I do not think we should kill him.
No, I'm saying we don't kill him. I'm saying we tie him up, bring him back, and then question him.
Yes, that sounds good. We could always cut off his arms. That way he could not run away.
Yeah, so you could do it with your axe, and then you could, threaten him with your dagger for an hour.
No, I think that might hurt too much. Perhaps we can just tie him up.
Okay. Do you have rope?
No.
Well, I mean, he's out cold. Let's just carry him back.
Wait, what we doing here? What you doing with Joe?
Joe did this to you.
What?
He
Yes,
has some sort of magics.
Yes, we were talking to you, and then you all kind of just went weird and marched your way over here, and we believe Joe to be the reason for this.
Okay. At this point, you will need some convincing.
Can I charm them?
You can either charm, intimidate, or do a leadership even.
I will charm them to make them believe.
And they are fairly scared. We could do it both, but I could also just give you a bonus.
Am I able to assist with a...
Yep.
My friend is not a witch, whereas your friend is clearly a witch.
Yeah, I'd be trying to talk to people too, and being like...
I don't mind if I give a penalty, but that's my contribution.
Yep.
My friend's not a witch, yours is.
So...
Sorry, go ahead.
Whatever you want to roll, you get a +10 for everyone assisting, so that's basically +30.
Okay, so an easy charm roll.
In the meantime, while they're looking, like, basically to convince these people, is there anything that's in the nearby vicinity?
Okay, so I do have the quote-unquote attractive, so I will take the +4 success level.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Phoenix, I missed what you said there.
So is there anything in the nearby vicinity that's either, like, nearby? Is there anything possible to see, like, while they're talking with the people?
There's a barrel of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look at your hands and arms, and then this.
They look down. They look at the children crying. Oh my God!
And
What
then
have we done?
And then look at what is in Joe's hand.
Oh my God! Sigmar, save us! What have we done?
It's not you, it's simply him.
Yes.
We're all victims here.
It might be them as well. We should be careful.
I do whisper that.
Okay.
But other than the barrel of blood, there's not really anything here. It's just the stones.
Come, we need to take Joe and tie him up and keep him, lock him up for questioning.
Yeah, does anyone have any rope?
Somebody steps forward. People are basically still carrying the things they were carrying when they got zombified. So some of them have things, and someone has a sort of rope-ish thing. Maybe it's more of a wire or like a thread, but something to tie him up. Sure.
That will do. I'm not... Eirich, do you know how to tie knots? Because I don't know how to tie knots.
No. Does anybody know how to tie any knots? And does anybody have any money?
What's the weapon, the rope tying skill?
I can't say that I'm very good at tying things.
I would
dexterity?
say dexterity or dexterity
Yeah.
or
Dexterity.
trade knots or a sail. Maybe if somebody has sail.
Nope.
Okay.
I want to try and convince people that they need to relinquish any money they have, for it might be tainted, and leave it on the floor.
Well, sounds like an idea. How do you want to do that?
For anybody who has been affected, I am sure this has tainted your money. Money is easily corruptible. You better leave it here, otherwise you will take the corruption back home with you.
I will jump in on this. He's right. I mean,
I'm
think
gonna
about
do
it.
too, because he owes me money for that axe, and so I'm gonna help him out.
Think about it. He's been doing this for God knows how long.
I am a
Sigmund-
witch hunter. An expert.
Exactly.
My first day on the job, in fact.
I won't say that.
Roll. I feel it's intimidation because you're trying to scare them into something.
Yeah,
Doing
it is
something,
like
so,
fear
yeah.
the gods' wrath.
Yeah. Intimidate with it's a scary surroundings. There's lots of people that got blood and stuff, so make it a +30.
And
So
do
whatever
not let
that
your
is.
corrupted coin sully you further.
Well, with a 91, it's not
So
enough.
I am
Almost.
taking a damn re-roll for that, because I need to repay my debt.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know,
They feel
I-
the power of Sigmar in them.
I keep just rolling D100s, just ignore me. But yeah, 49 out of 85.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So some people actually start to empty their pockets and drop their things, and some even take some of their clothing off. And kids all drop their sticks. Some leave the toys and the dolls they've been carrying. Yeah. So a whole bunch of stuff has been collected, and we're growing brass pennies here, so roll. Let's do a thing. Roll 7d10. Wow. Okay, 7d10. Roll for me. That's how much brass pennies in total you get. So it might be shillings, might be other things.
44.
44 worth.
So that's like
worth of
3
stuff.
silver, is it? Or
It's 3 silver and 4 pennies, I think. Yeah. So you get a free axe.
In the long and short of this, when that's done, I'll gather up some free bits and give the money to Edmund.
Yeah, we'll wait until after everybody's watching before it looks like we just ripped them off.
Yeah. Come, we need to bring Joe back and keep him tied up. Someone gag him as well.
Yes, someone should probably do that.
Yes, I don't know how to tie us. So.
You hear coming from him.
I just jam like the dirt, like my right sock, up his mouth. That'll do it, I guess.
Yes, and probably poison him, which is also a good thing. Let's go. This place is cursed. I don't say that. This place is foul. We must leave now.
Yep. Back to town, I assume. There we go. Let's make a little light because it's light here. The further away you come, you go from the fissure, the lighter it gets. And let's kill the spooky music. There we go. Audie Fortunes is standing in the courtyard there, and the people are all murmuring, scurrying home, and Audie greets you.
I say, normally they're all weird when they come back and I have to take care of them. But, what happened? Who's that?
Oh, I forgot him.
It appears Joe was doing some foul magic manipulating the townsfolk involving blood?
I do believe that we suspect that perhaps the quality wine coming from this region, it seems to have been part of his ritual to create that quality beverage.
Blood? Blood, you say? Oh, no. I've been drinking that stuff for months.
I mean, aren't dwarves resistant? I mean, it may not have affected you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope so.
If it's been that long, I'm certain you're fine.
Best seek out a rune priest anyway. Just to be sure.
Better safe than sorry. That does make sense, sir.
I would probably be careful. We are going to take your friend, I assume.
I would look to the others as if like, yeah, is this what we're doing?
We are going to take him away, and he is going to talk to some friends of ours.
Yeah. Right. Sure be taking him far away from here. I'll take care of the townsfolk. I'll put them. I'll take care of them.
I like nudge Eirich and say, maybe you should tell him how his axe kind of like saved the day. Might make him feel better.
Ah, yes. Half-Splitter has indeed worked. I managed to hurt Joe with it.
Good work, that is. Yeah.
Indeed, it was easy to wield. I am sure Mimir is happy with me. And perhaps Ulrich. Maybe Sigmar. But hopefully more Ulrich. He is more cool.
Well, good on you. The townsfolk, in the meantime, utter, thank you, and quite shamefully go to their homes and quite tired as well, and take their offspring with them. And you are left with Joe, basically.
Shall I knock him out again as we take him? Unsheath my dagger and lift it up.
He is still quite unconscious, although
okay.
Since you've dragged him away from the fissure, he had been muttering and groaning, and that has, the more you've removed him from the evil place, the quieter he got.
Hey, do you think he could be possessed? I mean, that's a thing, right?
Yes. He seemed normal when I hit him for a moment, before he then turned into some sort of weird thing.
Yes, I wouldn't know, but it does track.
I am not a priest, though. I better let them deal with it.
Yeah, I suggest we take him back to
yes.
to the other place.
They will probably burn him.
Yeah, within good reason. I mean, he was bleeding an entire town of innocents.
Yes, we'll have to leave it up to the squire there. He is the one in whose employ we are presently.
Hey, do you think we'll get some gold coins out of this? That would be nice.
We were told we would be paid in gold.
He did say that.
I lick my lips a bit.
Best make haste.
Indeed, let's.
I wonder if he floats. Perhaps we can test this on the way.
I would not be opposed as long as we do fish him out if he sinks a bit.
This would be useful if we are to become witch hunters.
Do you know if he weighs the same as a duck, he would technically float as well?
And as you ponder upon such thoughts and mountains of gold and floating witches, you make your way back to Der Luft and conclude with the squire. And I think we will find out next time how that ended from Eirich. He will, and we will see his new adventure, I think.
I think that concludes it.
That concludes today.
Nice.
No one died.
I hope it was satisfactory.
Yeah, I tried to kill my allies a little bit. I failed as a GM, so I might as well try as a player to kill them. I robbed one. If I do get any money as Eirich, whatever I get as a reward for this, Edmund can have my share.
Aww.
He will just give his. He has a shiny axe. He doesn't need money now. So
I do say to Edmund, I want my bow back.
We'll see. We'll probably argue about it on the way.
Hey, you seen how good my dagger bonking skills are, all right?
It's a good bonk.
And we just keep arguing back and forth.
It's a good bonk. Yeah. We lived. That's the most important thing. And only one of us got corrupt. And it was the noble. Yeah. So, justice.
Hey, art imitates life.
Yep.
Word. Yeah, it was good.
Wonderful, and you have all received 120.
We all have XP to spend. I'm actually contemplating this time around putting the character sheets up on Patreon. I'm not going to, so no one give me money for that yet. But it's like a maybe if people were interested in that, just to keep a track of the characters each week. Might do like a little weekly update, but maybe not. I don't know. If you're interested, put it in the comments. But thank you, Bert, for GMing today. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it maybe took a little longer than expected because the heavy role playing from the excellent players, but it was fine. I had to botch little things, but it was fine. I mean,
we had some witch issues to take care of. Yep. I'm fairly sure Otto floats, but he's not a witch, so confirmed.
It's buoyancy, you know. It's the stuff I put in my hair. You know.
I guess what we'll do is a little concluding sentence from each player. So we'll save the GM till last. So Pepe, aka Albahheim.
What are these words supposed to convey?
Whatever you want, really. Just what's in your head right now.
Because it's like 1 a.m. sleep. As it kind of conked out at the end.
That's a pretty fair. That's a pretty fair thing to be contemplating right now.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun to play as Abelheim, and hopefully we'll see what happens in the future. If there's a future for Abelheim.
Let's move over to Otto is next on my slideshow of portraits. What does the witch think that floats?
I think you should always surround yourself with friends because they're easier to steal from.
Yes, that's a good concluding comment. Mr. Matt, aka Edmund, aka I am a noble.
Yeah, I had a blast. I wasn't expecting it to be this great. I expected great things, and my expectations were exceeded.
So, having said that, I was expecting a great write-up. Now I'm expecting an even better write-up.
Oh no!
In your comments from what you've just said. 3 pages. Anyway, I'll just conclude with thank you. It's been great to actually have a Friday where I don't think about what to do in the show on the way back from work and then frantically panic and I just sit there and enjoy, which has been great, and it's been nice being a player and also just emulating the power of Floki. This character will probably deviate from Floki at some point, but for now, yeah, there you go. It's pretty obvious who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a great day. We'll see you again next week, and we'll probably have a handful of different players to see what mischief happens. So we'll be rotating through, but we will see these gentlemen again. Faux shower. Toodles. Goodbye, everyone. We'll do bye together. Bye. Yeah.